Oh my goodness. It is the Halloween live sale. So, welcome guys. Okay, so enjoy this costume while you can because there's no way I'm going to be making it that long in this thing. So, here in Ohio, we were like at about 40 degrees just 2 days ago. And if you saw my, last, oh shit, oh shoot. Volumes. Just a couple days ago, it was 40 degrees and like really cold. My last video, I was wearing like a parka practically in it, and yeah, it was really cold. Now it is blazing hot. It's almost November, and it's easily 70 degrees outside. And so I got this costume. Oh my god, it's a hammerhead shark if you didn't know what it was. But it is made of like insulation or something, and it feels like about 1 billion degrees right now. So yeah, this is not gonna be lasting long, so enjoy it. I've got an entire cast and crew here from my friends. It's even hard to drink beer in this thing. So I've got some friends from college. On camera right now actually is Luke. Say hi, Luke. So he's going to be operating the camera for a good portion of the show. Michael is also here. He will probably be doing some camera stuff later. I'm not sure who's on chat. So it's Michael on chat currently. Suzanne's here, just in case any of you guys want to get banned real fast. She will do that in a hurry. So yeah, the Halloween live show. So the way that all these live shows kind of work is that the general scheduling comes out to about 1 per month plus special events. And I almost say it's the special event part as a joke because there's literally one special event, meaning Halloween, my favorite and only holiday I really celebrate. So you guys get to do that with us. And this is the unadulterated drinking show. Today we've got a selection of darker beers like porters and stouts. So we will, cut to a different camera, like probably the one that you're seeing now behind me, and we can take a look at different beer selections for what to drink next. So if you would like to follow along, feel free to grab a beverage. We're going to be here for as long as it takes to either have me not able to continue the stream or we get to all 200 and something corals. Okay, so if you are completely new, you can see on the graphic there, more or less, how this live stream works. We have got 2 places where you really should be. You should be on TidalGardens.com if you want to be purchasing corals. You can go to the live sale link. You'll see it in the top left. It's a blinking red dot. And you should also be on YouTube.com/TidalGardens. And that's where you can kind of like catch the live stream, and so you don't have to kind of switch back and forth. If you're worried about shipping, it's a flat rate $39.99. Unless you spend over $250, then you get free shipping. So as far as like placing orders to actually get the items, you have to check out completely. So pretty much check out each time, select local pickup /live sale so you're not charged shipping on every single one. That's all. Okay. Yeah, it is too hot. And I will also be keeping track of chit chat here as well. Let's see. There we go. I just need you to set up a little bit better here. Where are the snacks? I actually ate beforehand. Hello from Norway. Hammerhead. Yeah, that sounds about right. Smoking a bowl instead. Okay, you do you. I'm getting free shipping today. Good. That's what we all strive to do, I think. All right. So I promised myself that we would go and try to do a faster show in general. So let's see. Let's go to here. What?
Dan,
yeah?
we have a jumped out fox face here.
Okay, go ahead and grab it and put it back.
Just get him right back in. Which tank? You need help? No,
Yeah.
We got him. We got him.
Okay. Okay, so if you couldn't hear in the background, we had a fish just jump out, so we kind of had to take care of that. All right, I need to do a little bit of cleanup here because I'm getting really slow response from my computer here. Apologize for the delay. And let's see. That is obviously not a bird of paradise, so please ignore that. We have here a toxic green platy. Okay, so where was I before we talked about the fish that jumped out of one of my tanks? And it's a fox face, of course, so I have, like, you know, my out-of-town guests trying to scoop it up and put it back in the water. Is it dead?
It's not looking good.
Not looking good.
Hold on.
Okay. So I wanted to kind of keep the coral viewing pretty much as fast as possible. So we're looking at about 30 seconds per coral. Is marijuana legal here? It is not. Well, okay, I take that back. It's kind of weird. They just passed a law saying that medicinal marijuana is legal, but there's like no clarification on how to go about even acquiring it, because I think acquiring it is illegal still. Possessing it might be illegal, not sure. They basically just, they don't know what those laws mean. There's no insurance that covers it. There's no doctors that are going to prescribe it. Anyway. Growth rate on these guys, it's pretty slow. I mean, they're not very fast growing at all. Okay, let's go on number 2. I need another beer already. Okay, so let's see. This is a red and green marbled Fabia. Thank you. Okay. Asking I shall receive. So now what we've got here is a Founder's Breakfast Stout. So this is kind of like a double chocolate coffee oatmeal. And all the selections are either from Michigan or Ohio. My friends are from Michigan. Obviously, we're here in Ohio. And it's kind of it's up in the air which is a better beer state. Like, I honestly think that Michigan is probably better, but that's up for debate. Okay, let's go on to number 3. This is an Orchid Favites. Okay, this is just too much. Too much, guys. I'll put it back on later. Oh, too hot. Too hot. I have to go back to my backup costume for a sec. You saw this last year. It's the pirate squid. At least this one's not like a million degrees. I don't even know what this stuff is made of because it's like, it's not really like fabric. It's like some kind of weird foam sponge insulation or something, and it's warm. Okay, next up, number 4. Yeah, see, I think Michigan is quite a lot better. Now, I was in denial because like Akron has like some really good unknown beer companies like Thirsty Dog and Hoppin' Frog that make legit some of the best beers in my opinion, period. But they're not really widespread like some of like the big Michigan breweries like New Holland or Bell's or, you know, those types. But I went to a beer fest just this past weekend, and there really is a lot of great Michigan breweries. What happened to the clown? I don't know. Is there ever a clown costume? Okay, let's go on to number 5. And like I said, if I'm just like babbling, just go to the next one, let me know. So guys, on where is Bell's in the grand scheme of Michigan beers?
Bell's is probably the largest.
But I mean, as in goodness, how good is Bell's? Is it like, so Great Lakes is like the Cleveland beer that everybody knows. Great Lakes is probably not in my top 10 Ohio beers companies.
I'd say Bell's compares pretty good to Great Lakes as far as volume.
Let's go number 6.
And quality. People really like Founders for a high quality, large volume.
Which is what we're drinking right here, Founders. Pour that beer into a glass, it tastes better. It might, but we are slumming it today. I don't know how well this is gonna go. I'm already like practically a beer and a half into this already, and we're on number 6. So let's go to number 7. This is a small pectinia. How many people are on the stream right now? 104 already. That's a pretty good crowd for this early in the show. Do you have to feed war corals? Not really. You don't really have to feed a lot of corals, though. I mean, they might grow faster if you do, though. That's the thing. All right, let's go to number 8, the painted trachea. You might have to pull the whole cart back. Wisconsin has the cheapest beer. Okay. I don't know, like, so Pennsylvania has like the oldest brewing company. I think it's called Yuengling, and for about 100 years it was not sold in Ohio. So like literally Pittsburgh is 20 minutes from the Ohio border or something. It's like really close, but they never sold Yuengling to Ohio because of just like Ohio's particular laws about beer. If you know anything about beer laws, it's like every single state is very different from another. Let's go to number 9. So anyway, several years ago, Yuengling finally is brought into Ohio, and everybody made such a big deal about Yuengling. And I tried it. It's all right. I mean, it's basically like Budweiser. It's like a better Budweiser, and it's in that price bracket. So, I mean, if you're looking for like a cheap, halfway not disgusting beer, I guess like Pennsylvania and Yuengling is not a bad selection. But I mean, if you like Budweiser but just wanted to scale it up a little bit to something, or is it Budweiser called America now? So America, yeah, if you want some America but want to do it a little bit better, get some Yuengling. All right, let's go to number 10. Are there any negatives to feeding corals other than nutrient levels? If you have like some things that might be messing with corals, like certain shrimp, certain fish, can kind of beat up on corals and make them spit out their food. So, I mean, stuff like that could happen. All right, let's go to number 11. Have any of you had hoof-hearted beer?
No.
No, Derek is saying hoof-hearted. I don't know, Derek. What brewery makes that? Like we're all, I don't know if we're beer snobs. Like like I said, I don't typically drink a ton, but if I do drink, it's usually the craft stuff. So sometimes just knowing the brewery helps. Okay, next up, number 12. And the only one here that doesn't drink is Luke, the guy that's on the camera. I think he enjoys the heifer. He did, anyways.
It's good for your camera guy not to be drunk.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to number 13. So I guess it's an Ohio beer. Oh, and just to throw this out, so this was the Great Lakes oatmeal stout. This is the breakfast stout from Michigan. This is like a lot better. Just gonna throw that out there. I love Ohio for whatever it's good at. Certainly not football. Definitely not football.
We'll find out in a few weeks.
Baseball and basketball.
Yeah. I guess they're pretty good at baseball and basketball and the UFC. We're pretty good at that. Just not very good at football right now. I make fun because everyone here is an Ohio State fan, meaning everyone in Ohio seemingly is an Ohio State fan, except me. What happens when you feed your corals too much, like daily? Food can rot inside corals, so you don't want to feed them too much. Also, nutrient levels, your phosphates and nitrates could go up. That'll cause corals to stop growing, so you don't want to do that for sure. Okay, in chat. So if you couldn't tell already, I'm probably gonna spend a lot less time talking about corals during like the Halloween live show. So a lot of the questions that I'll be asking of chat will not be coral related. So if you guys are having a sip with me in chat, tell me what you're drinking currently. Okay, let's go to number 15. Try Kokani. It's made by Labatt's. I've not heard of that. Have not heard of that. Okay, let's go to 16, which is the Golden Leptoceras. Okay. 17. Dogfish head. Okay, there you go. I have tried practically every major dogfish head IPA. We're not able to get 120 in Ohio, but we are able to in Michigan. And so my surgeon buddy who's not here this weekend, he has like a big stash of different stuff. And then he was on the hunt for the 120, the 120-minute Dogfish Head IPA. And it was interesting, that's for sure. 18? It's a lot different. It almost tastes like a wine or something. Do you remember that, Suzanne? Were you there for that? Are those like wine barrel aged or something weird like that? Because it tasted very wine-like.
I think because it's like the 120 minute is something.
Yeah, it's something different.
Something for a certain amount of time, and I think that's what distills it down to that.
So some guys drinking some Bell's Kalamazoo Stout, rum and Coke. There you go. Guinness. Good. Yeah. So like this particular weekend, we're pretty much only drinking the dark beer. 19. Is an Ultra Lepto? Is today Halloween? It's pretty close. Actually, I think Halloween is technically the 31st, but it's Saturday. It is close enough. Okay, let's go to 20. We got a new pump in one of these tanks. I have to burp a lot now. So we got a max spec gyre pump. I finally decided just to give one a try, and it basically turned my tank, which is an 8-foot long tank, into a river. It was pretty impressive. Right now we have it running at like 20-something%, maybe 30% at the most. It's a strong pump. Except 21. Yeah, when we get to that pump, we can like turn the camera up just to take a look at it. But yeah, I'm surprised by just how strong that thing was. Do you accept beer for coral trades? I might, Derek. I just might. But I don't drink that much. So I would probably be more likely to do it for like ridiculously good wines, because that's a once a year thing. Okay, number 22. This is a Hills Have Eyes chalice. Nice hat, thank you. If you guys didn't see me before, I was wearing this guy. Problem is, this thing makes me overheat and I'll just like pass out. Not from alcohol, but just from heat stroke. I'm trying to post a link. I don't think that it allows you to post links in YouTube chat, or yeah, YouTube chat. I was thinking Google chat. No, it's YouTube chat. 23. It's a Blue Moon chalice. Loaded Corona. Corona topped with Bacardi Limon. That'll work. Okay. 24. Are there any genetically modified corals? Not by people. That's an annoying train in the background. Okay, sorry, first time here. How do I order some of these corals? That is a great question. So let me pull up this little instruction guide here. The best place to go is tidalgardens.com. There is a live sale link, and you will see if you go to that page, there is a numbered list of corals, and it'll just be like item number 22, for example, and you can just toss that into the shopping cart and check out. But you'll want to make sure that to ensure you get the coral, you have to actually check out with it. So if you need to make multiple orders, select local pickup live sale so you're not hit multiple times for shipping. Okay. Dan, what is your favorite trick or treat candy? Probably sour gummy bears might be it. Okay, so we're on number 25. Actually, before we go any further, I need to give some shout outs. The train. Okay, so thank you guys, the Patreon crowd. Like, Patreon is essentially like a donation site for... God, that train needs to shut the hell up. It doesn't matter. It's a train. It's like it's not close. It's like a really far away train. That's just annoying me. So Patreon is kind of like a donation site for YouTube creators. So all of these folks have donated at least $5. So thank you guys very much. So that's Jeff, Louise, Nathan, Phil, Jason, Dave, Nancy, and Ryan. And Ryan is the newest. So thank you guys so much. All right. So what number are we on? 20, 25. All right. Honk. Yeah, I know. Better a train than alpacas. I don't know, man. That train's entirely out of control. Yeah. I don't know. You might get alpacas later. It's perfect weather for alpaca screams. Okay. We do ship to Puerto Rico. We do ship to Puerto Rico. It is a U.S. territory. Okay, next up, 26. And if you see me fidgeting, it's because Sean, the personal trainer, I went to his gym the other day, and everybody did the exact same workout. It's this workout that's written on a chalkboard, and it was like rep hell for like core and legs. And so my hip flexors. Okay, so this workout was done on Wednesday, and my hip flexors are still completely screwed up. And so whenever I sit down for too long, like, I don't know, if I do like a 3-hour live show, they really just start tightening up, and it's ridiculous. So that's why I'm trying to like squeeze in like a random stretch here and there. 27. Yeah, like when I mean like rep hell, you know, there's like these hanging ab workouts where you like your arms are like tucked into like these two slings, and so you're kind of like hanging there, and you bring your knees to your chest, or at least, you know, to your waist, to try to get it as high as possible, and you just do those to kind of like work your lower abs. Yeah, we had to do like 150 of those, I think, or like between 150 to 200 of those, and that was just like one exercise. And the next thing is like more abs and legs, and the next one's more abs and legs, and then you're doing sprints and stuff. And so, like, yeah, it just completely fried everything from, like, my waist down, pretty much. Just, like, my legs are just gonzo. And the beer's not even helping. That's how messed up that is. All right, 28. We'll get there in a second. It's a GoldenEye chalice. Nancy, are you tipsy yet? Probably. So I don't know how many of you guys are on Facebook, but we did like a really short Facebook live stream just before this. I had originally wanted to try to stream this both on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously, but we kind of don't have the bandwidth for that. 229. So I kind of had to pick and choose. So we did a short, like 7-minute walkthrough of the greenhouse and stuff like that for the Facebook crowd, and told them, you know, if you want to come and hang out for the rest of the live show, to come and do so on YouTube. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, let's go to 30. So aquatic angler, whenever you're talking about the corals changing color like that, it is always lighting, changing your lighting. Next up, 31. Yeah, people totally underestimate the value of a coral reef, and I mean it's not just like the grand like they. Pretty much every coastal community destroys the reef in their own way. Do you allow us civilians to visit your greenhouse? Occasionally we do by appointment, yes. 32. It's honestly, it is much less common these days for visitors just because it's primarily an online business. But yeah, visits can be set up by appointment. Yeah, and Chris, like with your calculation there, that is not even including the fish that obviously have value as well. 33. Corals that don't sell in this live sale, do they end up on the regular site? Yeah, usually. It's just that the live sale is like it's a good place to see a lot of what you see is what you get. Like our what you see is what you get page doesn't have very many corals on it. So if you were looking for like a frag of something, which is almost never going to be like what you see is what you get coral on the site, the live show is like a great place to see it. Okay, next up 34. It's a war paint scalemia. Okay, next up 35 is a painted trachea. Either I'm like just drunk or something, but it seems like everybody's like super well behaved so far. There's always somebody that gets banned on one of these live shows, so we'll see. Okay, next up 36. Any clams today? Yeah, there's gonna be like one clam, and we also have a flame scallop in here somewhere. And I do have I have to say a disclaimer about the flame scallops. Okay, you might have to pull back on the whole card for that. These elegances are kind of space consuming. Yeah, Scott, thanks for the compliment on the costume. Like I was telling these guys earlier, this was the original costume, and this, believe it or not, this is a full body costume. It's like a hammerhead shark. Problem is, it is what feels to be blazing hot here in Ohio right now, and I can wear this thing for maybe 5 minutes before I just want to pass out. So it just does not work. I don't know, maybe I can convince Lawson to put it on, and then we'll switch cameras, show him wandering around and just pass out from heat exhaustion, see how long you can go. Okay, let's go to 37. Some smaller elegances. The thing about elegances is you can always look at their body color, and you can look at the color of their tips. That kind of differentiates one from another. Fan, big fan. Fan, you're a big LOL fan, so I just assumed that you were a big fan, but no, it's like, no, I am a big League of Legends fan, but what's your view on Overwatch? That's a good question. Like, when it comes to Overwatch, let's go to, what number are we on? 38? 37, let's go to 38, okay? So, my thing about Overwatch is, I think Blizzard intentionally tried to make it a spectator sport, like very esports centric, and I've never been into the esports viewing nature of first person shooters. Like, I find it kind of like hard to follow the action, especially amongst a team based first person shooter. So it's kind of not been my thing. I've never played it because this is the first time that a Blizzard game has not been available for the Macintosh, because Mac computers are so weak now that they can't run Overwatch, so they didn't even bother making Overwatch for a Mac. So bad on Apple for that. Let's go to number 39. So I'm a Apple / Mac heavy consumer, okay? But they just announced like yesterday their new line of Mac notebooks, and you can literally find a computer, like a PC laptop right now, that's 10 times more powerful than their highest end Mac laptop, and that's simply a disgrace. Yes. So if you okay, so the question was, can you use two different separate credit cards to get flat rate? Yeah. So if you have like 20 different orders out there, we accumulate those, and so you just don't have to pay shipping. So on any of those transactions, you can pay with different payment methods. I don't care what you pay with. Or yeah. But they have to be separate orders, though. I think if it's a single order, I don't think it can break it up. Okay. This is number 40. Okay. Yeah, so this is the Pink Gunny Boy. Okay. So somebody needs to ban Captain Chirpa. He was the guy that Luke banned last time on request, so he's asking again. So see ya. Okay, next up, 41. Yeah, I don't actually even... it is a little bit overexposed. Somebody was saying that it's a tad bright. There you go. Yeah, that's a lot better. So, they had Luke found a way that you can unban Captain Chirpa if you wanted to. I didn't know that you can unban people, but I guess that's a thing. I never even tried. Yeah, I knew about the timeout, but I'm never going to give people timeouts. It's like, they'll figure it out. They'll figure out what happened. Real question is Horde or Alliance? Alliance. Next up, 42. Can you tell me the model number? No, just do a search for like 4-bulb T5 fixture. And probably the first one. It's like a hydroplanet or something. Yeah, Apple really has kind of lost its way in many respects. Like, I don't know who exactly they're trying to appeal to. Like, people that have phones? I mean, that's really all I can think of why I would want to buy an Apple. And I'm not even sold on an iPhone yet. Like, these iPhones here, they crack if you look at them wrong. This is like my third 6S Plus or whatever, and they literally crack within a week on me. Okay, next up, 43. Now it's too dark. Alliance Rogue. I was an Alliance Warrior. Alright. Yeah, but I'm all about League of Legends. I don't play, though, so I guess I'm not that much about it. But the World Championships are going on. I think the final is like today. Gnome or human tank? I was a Night Elf. How are those T5s working out? It's pretty good. I cannot complain. And this will be interesting because this is the first time I've done my live show with these new lights. So I'll tell you when we switch the camera around and take a look. Okay, let's look at number 44. And we'll see if they are any good for this live show. Android and PC. So I'm kind of worried about switching back to a PC because I'll tell you what, my next computer, whatever it might be, will be a PC. That Surface Studio that has no functional use for me was such a good commercial that's like, dang, I think I might want that Microsoft Surface Studio. That looks dope as hell. But I wonder if I take a lot of OS 10, like the Macintosh operating system for granted. Like, oh, this is just how stuff should work. And then, sure enough, that's how Apple works. It's very intuitive, and I like that aspect. And I wonder if I went back to Microsoft, it's like, oh, like nothing is working the way it should. I don't like this. That's my big worry. Let's go to 45. How are the alpacas? They're quiet so far. Would a 4 or 6 bulb T5 be better for a 90 gallon? Here's the thing. You can get the 6 bulb, and then there's different switches on these things usually. If you're getting too much light, you can either raise the lights up or you can turn off a couple of the bulbs. So there you go. More flexibility going with the 6 bulb. Try out Paragon, probably the best MOBA out there right now. I've never even heard of Paragon. Yeah, have you heard of Paragon? Anybody? Nobody here's a gamer. Like Robbie would have been the one to be here to talk about more with the gaming stuff. Because like all of us are like super like dirt. We're old as dirt. So Lawson here, he plays like Hearthstone and like Clash of Clans. 46. It's a yellow Australian hammer. Why not just build your own PC? Save money. Okay, I thought about building my own PC. And then when you look at the cost of... Okay, so I like laptops. Even laptops that are basically like desktop replacements, I like those. But my main thing is, when I priced it out, I didn't think I was saving a whole heck of a lot for the amount of time that I would be spending on it. Okay. ATI bulbs all day. ATI is the best bulb on the market. It's pretty good. That's all I use. Okay, let's go to 47. Yeah, so I'm currently using ATI Blue Plus and Coral Plus as well. So I'm happy with that combo. No drag racing clowns chasing children on alpacas today. No, we only just have the annoying train. Occasionally, you might get the it's not a Black Hawk helicopter, but it's the one with like the 2 sets of rotors. A Chinook. Yeah. So it's that. So sometimes we have like the regular, unmarked black helicopter go overhead, but other times you get like the full grade military helicopter, and that thing sounds very different. And if one of those flew overhead, you'd be like, oh, he's under attack, because those things sound terrifying. Next up, number 48. And you know what was really, really crazy is that we had one land. There's like this field across the street from me. It's because it's like a big, I don't know, like a gravel crunching place or something that's across the street from me. There's this large empty field. And we actually had one of those giant military things land in that field. Yeah, that was interesting.
I bet this greenhouse doesn't quite look right under infrared cameras at night.
No, it probably doesn't look quite right. But they're always watching. Just remember that, people. Okay, let's go to 49. I'll build you a PC for some coral. Okay, but I want it like to be like water cooled and stuff. I've seen some pretty snazzy builds. Three or 4 landing gears. I think those are 3 landing. I don't remember. All I remember was this loud noise. Let's go to 50. Are you drinking? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Got
So-
some bourbon.
So, yeah, Lawson's actually not feeling very well. He's kind of nursing a cough, and so he's drinking hot toddies, which is like whiskey and lime and honey, or lemon and honey. Okay, let's go to 51. These are a little overexposed. My PC is water cooled and anime themed. That's good. Saltwater cooled PC. Yeah. I'm sure that'll work out just great. What is the most accurate brand for water testing? At the hobby level, there really isn't one as far as I'm concerned. If you're dead set on having your water tested, you have to send a sample to a real lab with the real equipment. The little hobby grade test kits, I only use those to kind of make sure stuff stays consistent more than trying to like look at what the value might actually be. Let's go to 52. I can't believe that we've been on for almost 40 minutes already. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, let's go to 53, which I believe is the first time we will be looking at the new super cheap Amazon lights. Straight from China, made, I'm sure, by slaves in a warehouse somewhere. 3 landing gears is not a Chinook. 3 landing gears versus 4 landing gears.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
Chinooks usually have the 2 blades on top.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you can just imagine a really, really, really fat, giant helicopter with 2 rotors. I don't know how many. What? Oh. Okay, so let's take a look at this other camera here for a sec. It's pointed at them. Yeah. Okay. Well, why are we pointing at? Okay, that's Michael and that's Suzanne. Why are we looking at them, Lawson?
Just cause.
Just cause. Okay. Let's go back to what we were doing then. All right. That's the behind the scenes. Okay. So we're going back to our Acanthastria number 53. There's one company that just sucks, or there's some kind of accurate test kits. 53?
Yep.
Okay. So we use Salifert here. I know that some people like Elos, some people like other ones. I think Salifert is probably the most popular test kit. An Osprey aircraft? No, it's definitely not an Osprey. I would have known what that is. Okay, let's go to 54. So we have a long list of different ACANs. Many of them are rainbows. So I know somebody was asking about rainbows earlier. New candy cane has 2 holes appeared in one pile with gray brown stuff. That sounds like it could be bad. It might not be brown jelly because that might not be very common for candy canes, but that could be a problem in general. We are tipsy too. Were there 2 rotors side by side or front to back? How do we buy on live? Go to tidalgardens.com, and then there's a live sale link, and then there you will find all of the numbered items. Yeah, do you want to sit in the? Yeah, come sit. Oh, goodness. So this is Lawson.
This thing is way too hot to actually wear.
Yeah, I know.
It's not gonna work.
So like, we're thinking of attending a beer fest, like the winter beer fest. Is it in Grand Rapids or something?
Yep, Grand Rapids in February, outdoor beer festival. So
Let's go to 55, Luke.
that is definitely a cold time to be outside drinking beer.
And I was
in
just
Michigan.
thinking, I'll just wear this stupid shark thing because there under no circumstances do I think that I'll be cold if I was ever wearing that stupid shark. What causes brown jelly diseases in corals? It's pretty much, I think it's like a bacteria. What brand are these lights you speak of? I think they're called Hydroplanet. It doesn't even matter what the brand is. I guarantee you they're all made by the exact same slaves in China in the same place. They get a different sticker that gets slapped on top. If it is a 4-bulb T5 that looks like these white fixtures, it's the same thing. All right, let's go to 57.
So, Than, earlier, right at the beginning of the live show, we had a jumper.
A jumper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fish.
The fish. He jumped out.
Did he die?
Well, that's the thing. So, we got him back into the tank. How do you properly acclimate a jumper back into his tank?
You kind of don't.
Okay, because he didn't seem like he was in great shape.
Okay.
Try to get him to slow. And after a while, he looked like he was ready to swim, and then he just started like favoring his side again. But then he started swimming again.
Well, okay, so I have a little story for you. Let's go to number 58 real quick. Say what?
57?
Okay, so let's go to 57. So this is 57 right here, the pink rainbow guy. Okay, so I have a story. I have these viewing boxes that like float on the water. And one day we just like left one of those viewing boxes just floating around in one of the tubs, and a fish jumped into it, probably overnight, I don't know. And that thing was completely dry by the time I found it. I put it back in the water just to see something might happen. And sure enough, its gills are moving just a little bit. It went from that to a real swimming fish within about 5 hours. Are the prices from the live so different from the ones on the online page? I really hope not. I hope not. Did somebody screw up, Michael? Did somebody screw up my pricing, Michael?
That makes me very excited.
The glee in Dan's voice, not Dan, when describing these Chinese child slave labor. Yeah. Okay, let's go to 58.
So if that fish, if he doesn't make it, we're gonna need to dig him out.
If he's actually alive, he's probably gonna be fine. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Aren't you about to die in there?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's gonna have to go.
All right. See ya. Okay. 59. It might have been a $25 A-can.
Okay, that like scared me to death.
I don't know if it is or not, but whatever, somebody bought it. Yeah.
That's just your green and purple one.
Okay. Okay. We'll see. I don't know. It sounds cheap to me, but somebody obviously bought it. Does feeding the main head or larger head transfer nutrients to the other growing heads? I think in many cases it does. Are we on 60 yet?
60 now.
Okay, we're on 60 now. And if anyone was already wondering, which it can't be that much of a wonder, yes, I am plenty tipsy right now. Exactly, Bruce. That was a flash sale item. Speaking of flash sale, I think some things around the site are marked down. My mom was responsible for that, so I don't know what the prices are. I don't know what the corals are, but would you pay $40 for a rainbow echinata single polyp? Would I? I'm kind of in a different boat. So, generally speaking, as a hobbyist, I probably would not. That's awfully expensive, right? If it was like the holy grail of corals, for a coral propagator like me, I might take that risk because I would want to try to propagate that later, future generations, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, we are pretty selective about what we buy here in general. A regular pet store, definitely no chance. But if like, we can do the onesie twosie things for a lot of money occasionally. Not that often. For a home aquarist that just wants it for their collection, totally up to you. Most people would probably not do that. Next up, 62. But who am I speaking for most people? You guys got chat. How many people are on here? 140 people? Ask the 140 people. So Chris Miller was asking, would you pay $40 for a rainbow echinata single polyp? There you go. Okay, 63. Does the hydroplanet fixture have individual reflectors? Yes, it does. It has individual reflectors. Okay, are we on 64 yet? Okay. Lawson, can you fix this guy here? I think he fell off the thing. Okay, next up, 65. Yeah, it's a 30-second delay, so that's why there's like a delay.
Hey, you all answered this question.
What corals do you sell the most? I sell super common corals the most, like Xenia. How about cooling fans for your hydroplanet? There are no fans built into the unit, but let's go to 66 real quick. The thing about the hydroplanet fixture is that it has a plug on it, like a 120 volt, regular plug, right on the side, and it's intended so you can daisy chain the next light to the previous light. So you can just kind of daisy chain the lights as they go. Alternatively, you can plug in a 120 volt fan right into the side of that thing and blow cool air across it. So if you're really up on that stuff, if you really wanted to plug in a fan, you could do it. And you could very, very easily, drill a hole right in the top of that thing and, install that 120 volt fan right in there. Okay, next up, 67. Did you reset it? A noob mistake. Yeah, so for $45, you guys were talking about echinatas earlier, you can get this guy, and he's got at least 4 heads.
4 or 5,
Yeah, at least. That's a pretty nice one. To be perfectly honest, I didn't even know that we had this thing. Somebody must have found it. Somebody meeting Luke, probably. Found it somewhere. Must be good beer. So John, this is the breakfast stout from Founders. It is good. Like it's one of their most popular, and this one still has the baby on it. I guess in some state there's no baby on the label because they thought that this is like promoting like childhood drinking or something.
Yeah, what it was that...
Here, come over this side, otherwise they can't hear you. Sit down.
With the Founders Breakfast Stout in New Hampshire, they have, like Dan was saying earlier, different states have different laws with beer, and some say you can't advertise beer to minors, and that state said having a baby on a beer bottle is advertising to minors, and Founders said, fine, we won't sell it in your state.
Then again, I've also seen seen labels here where it was just literally no baby. Like there's just like a thing of oatmeal and a spoon missing the baby, and the implicate like it implies that there was a baby there. Okay, so let's go to 69. Have you tested par for this cheapo T5 fixtures yet? No, Chad, we have not yet. However, Luke just purchased one for his own setup, and so he might at some point swing over with it and we'll test it. Here's the thing, I don't care about par. In fact, I know that it's currently enough par because some of our corals have actually bleached out just a little bit. So it's certainly brighter than what we had before. We had a combination of like some ATI T5 lights and some I'm sorry. Well, no, I said that correctly. We had some ATI T5 lights and we had some AI aqualumination LEDs. Okay, are we on 70? No, we're not. Let's go to 70. Almost all reefers I know are going back to T5 and HQI light again. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, like some people are switching over to certain LEDs because I think that the manufacturer of the LEDs literally gave them all their LEDs for free. I think that is the situation where you see like a big place switching all to LED. It's like when they paid nothing for these fixtures. Yeah, but I mean for growth and color, I've definitely seen a lot of benefits to T5. But then again, a couple of our tanks we still use LED, and we do get some pretty interesting good coloration there too. So I guess it's still possible. It just depends on what you're growing. All right, 71. It's a green Pavona. And currently you are looking at the light from the cheapo T5 Amazon fixture. Joe the Camel was the same thing. I think that was a different subliminal thing. Okay. What's your opinion of a Marulina? Yeah, it's alright. It's not my thing. $72. Another green Pavona. I was surprised to learn that Battle Corals is growing and having huge success with the Reef Breeders V2 fixtures. So growing, okay, I always say this, okay? Growing corals is a really low bar for success. Unless you're killing the coral is probably growing. So just about every type of light imaginable will grow coral successfully. All right, next up, 73. I wish the cost of T5 bulbs would go down. Yeah, they are kind of expensive. That's the big drawback to T5 is the bulb replacement. And you know we're using some metal halide, just like a couple lamps of metal halide. There's no question in my mind that T5 is giving better results than those LEDs are, or than those metal halides are even. That surprised me a lot. John Galt, killed plenty of corals. No, I've killed plenty of corals. I've killed more than everybody in chat put together, I bet. All right, next up, 74. Yeah, you shouldn't be listening to any advice coming from me. All right, win 74?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think color is better out of T5 because of coverage or spectrum? Spectrum. Absolutely spectrum. Coverage is important, but it's less of a thing than spectrum for me. Yeah, eye-catching coral is using T5 over all their coral tanks. Yeah, that's true. Jim at eye-catching coral he's a friend of mine. I get a lot of corals from him, and in fact, yeah, I mean, like I've known him since he was like a teenager, I think. So yeah, he good guy. Okay, so next up, 76. What's the T5 to get? There's a large range of T5s. I happen to like the ATI brand. They're German made. There's a few specific bulbs that I like a lot. I like the Blue Plus, and I like them in conjunction with Coral Plus. Also, their ATI full actinic or true actinic has like a really interesting has an interesting spectrum profile that really does get into like the near UV spectrum. So a lot of things that look purple are just a combination of blue and red. It's not truly like ultraviolet-ish, whereas that bulb is really ultraviolet-ish. So I kind of like that one. Although I have to say that the ATI true actinic is a very unattractive bulb that's dim and dull. So I would just use it purely for spectrum, but not for aesthetics. Personal opinion. Opinion fan. 77. Will I be attending Lear in 2017? We do not do like booths anymore at trade shows. It was just a lot of work. I stopped enjoying it, so I really don't go to a lot of those. I think Luke might be selling a few things there for us, and we might just get like a little like a table for him. But for us to like set up and stuff like that, we probably won't be there. And my mom and dad like to go there and shop. I probably will just end up working here. Let's see, 78.
We are going to be going to New Orleans, though.
Are you okay? You seem kind of buzzed. I'm not buzzed. I'm drunk. Straight up drunk. Is it bad that my favorite food is sushi? No. Sushi's great. What are you talking about? Like the sushi that we have in this is like a total 1%er problem here, but I was lucky enough, like for the past 4 years, 3 of the last 4 years, I've been able to go on a vacation to Japan, and that has completely recalibrated my expectations for what sushi is. Let's go to 79. In fact, I did a couple of like vacation videos from there, from pretty much every single year, I think. Most recently, we went to Okinawa, and actually Suzanne here was part of that trip, and yeah, it makes you really not like American sushi very much after that. But maybe that's more of an Ohio thing, because you can't really get good seafood in the Midwest compared to the coasts, and so that might be the whole gap there. Yeah, and Suzanne just said she's really craving udon today. And you can't get good like ramen and udon. Like, okay, for those of you who don't know. Okay, so are we on number 80? What number are we on? Okay. Well, this is 80. Yeah, we're not sure what this is. It could be a Favites, it could be a Micromusa. Man, don't know. That's a Favites, according to Luke. Yeah, opinion Luke. So, okay, for all you college kids, ramen is not that 16 cent per pack junk. Like in Japan, ramen is like $8 for a bowl, and it is magnificent. And everybody eats ramen and udon and yakisoba. It's like great stuff. And somehow, people found a way to make it cheaper than food here, and they call it college food. 81. Okay. Any exotic frog spawns? Probably not. We covered all the frog spawns that we have. Probably in like the 30s and 40s. Numbers 30s through 40s. How do you guys go about topping off your systems? We have like a freshwater reservoir of about 150 gallons. And we pretty much top off every day, every other day. So John's new. Nice costume. This is the one that I wore last year. And this is all I can handle right now. Because the other costume, you don't have to put it on. But I'm just like, was this guy. And this guy is a full body hammerhead shark outfit. And the problem is I could not wear it for more than 10 minutes. It is just an unseasonably hot day because climate change is real. And yeah, this was just blazing hot. I mean, I don't know what it's made of by the slaves in China, but it's like this weird insulation that I should probably wrap around my house to reduce my heating and cooling bills. Insane. So unfortunately, I can't wear the good costume for you guys. Okay, this guy here is number 82. This is a recent cutting, so you have to excuse the fresh cut there. What's your thoughts on keeping a dotted back goby or sand sifting goby? I like the diamond gobies a lot. The problem is that they, and I really do like them for their temperament and how well they do their job. The problem is they jump out a lot, and we have uncovered tanks. And so when we did use them, we lost about 12 a year just for jumping. Hold your balance. No, I like swaying around. I'm a pirate squid, guys. Get a lid on your tank. No, this is a greenhouse. The water will be 100 degrees. Okay, next up, 83. This is a symposium. Uh-oh. What happened, Luke? Are you guys gonna like switch off, or are you gonna are you going to continue using chat? No. It's up to you guys. All right, it's up to you guys. The shark would make a good water heater blanket, yeah, or something. Like if I'm ever cold, I know what I'm gonna wear. You should have been in Aptasia for Halloween. Yeah. Got enough of those in my tank. Okay, so this guy is a blue leptastria. Is Luke drunk too? No. Luke is not done. Or Luke's not drunk. Yeah, I probably am going to be starting to slur. So I've only had 2 beers so far. When will there be a spa? Gotta love spell check there. But SPS are actually going to be coming up fairly soon here. Okay, next up, 85. How many corals total? 200 and something. Did you see Bulk Reef Supply got Montipore eating nudies in their 160 tank? They made a show of. That's horrible. Okay, Montipore eating nudie brocks are the worst things that I've ever seen. It's a little bit too dark, Luke. That is like my number one worst pest imaginable. And what I've also noticed is that if you wanted to ever see if you have them, crank your temperature up to about 82 degrees, and I guarantee whatever is in your tank that was like laying dormant like the freaking Balrog of Moria, it's going to hatch at that temperature. And that's the problem with kind of having like a greenhouse system where the temperature can fluctuate sometimes into the higher, or I should say low 80s, which is like the upper end of keeping corals successfully. 86 is that right in those warmer climates, stuff starts to hatch that you thought that you were done with years ago, like your excellent dipping protocols and everything. It's like deep down somewhere these things survived, like an egg survived, and sure enough, all of a sudden, like the worst imaginable nightmarish pests come up, and it's almost always because of warm temperature. You just had 2 beers, that's all? Yeah, I don't drink, dude. Like, so last weekend I went up to Michigan. We did a beer fest. Very uncommon for me to drink, and you know, MACNA this coming MACNA is going to be in New Orleans, and I will be going to that. I didn't make it to San Diego, but I'll be going to the New Orleans one because Lawson and Suzanne here, they have a timeshare in New Orleans, and we always go to New Orleans all the time. So it is a comfort travel spree, I guess. Can you have a different billing address and shipping address for checkout? Yes, you can. Next up, 87. A little bit dark. Yeah, like we don't mess around when it comes to beers. One beer that I had, this was at so Michael's girlfriend's birthday. So and so's birthday party that I went to. We had a beer there called Dragons Are Real. It's dragon's milk, which is like a milk stout from New Holland, which is already strong, but it's mixed with mead. And it's like a $30 bottle of beer / mead. And it completely wrecked my face. $30. Yeah.
It was only like
Next up,
20 ounces too, I think.
88. Do you dip your corals before you ship them out? No. Because we don't want to stress them out any more than they have to be before they're about to get really stressed out during shipping. What do you think about Walt Smith Reef Rock? I've never used it. 89. It's a green plating Monty. So somebody's like messing with your camera technique. It's like the camera's swaying more than you are. Aw, poor Luke. Okay, next up, number 90. Do you ship to the UK? Sorry, Jordan, we do not. So another guy that sometimes helps us out here, so Nick, he had a sexy shrimp that ate all of his zoanthid polyps, so he was kind of upset about that. Yeah, so I guess that's not together uncommon. All right, next up, 91. The neon green plating. Have you used Fritz salt? I have not. You know, I'm really not a big salt connoisseur. I know that like some people freak out about salts, like this particular salt is the reason I have success in this hobby, sort of thing. I am like, and I've mentioned this before. I had like one criteria about salt. Is like how easily would it be for me to buy a pallet? Because certain companies, it is not easy to buy a pallet of salt. Let's go to number 92. I'm looking at you, Instant Ocean and Reef Crystals. It's not easy. Did not make that process easy, so I switched from you guys. Had nothing to do with your salt. It had everything to do with delivery. What kind of car do I drive? I drive a Honda Accord. Literally the most bland, no opinion car you could possibly find, maybe. It's almost 10 years old. I drive a 10-year-old Honda Accord. I'm not a car guy. Like Lawson here, he's a car guy. His friend Alan is like a car guy. Like, you know, he feels out of, like, his friend Alan has like he feels out of place if he's not driving a Porsche 911. I don't know if he can really realistically afford a 911, but he's got one. Like, it's not a responsible decision. Okay, next up, 93.
You're leaving out some details about your car there.
About my car? What about my car?
You don't just have any Honda.
I have a very nice Honda Accord. It's still 9 years old or something. How much salt do you use in a given month? A lot. That's why I buy it in pallet quantities. Number 94. It's a small Monte Confusa. A little bit dark. So if I were to buy a car right now, what would I get? I would break the bank and get a Tesla Model S because I think I want an electric car because I'm tired of paying for gas. I don't like to get gas for my lawnmower, let alone my own actual vehicle. But yeah, I would get a Tesla Model S, and the number one option on that thing is the autopilot because I don't actually like to drive. I'm not a car person. So the way I justify the price of that automobile is that I'm also basically buying a chauffeur to drive me around while I do Snapchat or whatever. Next up, number 95. It's a poker star, Monty. Can we expect any coral species info videos in the future? Probably. I don't know which ones I would do, but I mean, this kind of is a coral channel. Teslas are awful. No, they're really not, Nick. Number 96. We'll get to there in a sec. It's going to be a Scarlet Monty. We're going to go to the behind the scenes camera. Sure, why not? So, okay, so when the other camera goes black, this is what's happening. So we have to kind of, to move that entire cart over. Oh, it's... Yeah, and sometimes like fish kind of like mess with certain corals, so we have to kind of like put those guys back in. Make cars great again, Tesla. Yeah. We need to make a lot of things great again, including this country. And that's why Luke is going to vote for Donald Trump.
Everybody else here too.
I don't think everyone else here is going to vote for Donald Trump.
Well, I'm gonna make
You check out those polls, make sure nothing funny's happening.
Yeah, Luke needs to
Monitor those polls.
Yeah, exactly. Be like a poll monitor. So, okay, so for the folks that are international right now, yes, it is embarrassing to be an American right now because of our political process. I'm just going to throw that out there. Yes, we are actually embarrassed, most of us. 96. Hold on. Let me change something real quick. Yes, 96 is the Scarlet Monty. JM, vote for Trump. It is a free country until Donald Trump says it's not. Okay. Or Hillary, number 97. Maybe Hillary would also have a problem with your freedoms. Just don't get the Tesla Note 7. my favorite Samsung Note meme is like Two-Face from The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It's like
Samsung owners be like,
don't come to Chicago. We vote early and often. Yeah, there you go. And I can't go to Chicago anyways because my team is like currently up in the World Series on Chicago. Chicago? Chicago was ruined for me a long time ago. Please. And all my Illinois sales. Okay, next up, number 98. I'm sure Chicago is a fine city with fine people. The political process or the political joke we have, both are kind of messed up. So, okay, if you guys, okay, we had this nice, completely sober discussion last night regarding some stuff involving politics. So this is like the most politic neutral thing I will say. Okay, after this live show, go watch a video called "Rules for Rulers" by a channel called CPG Grey, and that perfectly lays out why we can't have nice things and why rulers are jerks. It is a wonderful breakdown about how things are. Okay, so before we go any further, this is that gyre pump that we had installed. It was not the most powerful one that is available, but we decided to. This is like the second most powerful one, and I said, sure, crank that thing up to 100%, and it basically turned this 8-foot tank into a river. So now it's down to like 20%. It's because there's zero incentive to become president. No, there's a lot of incentive to become president. Definitely. Telling you what, watch that video. It breaks down like why like there's no such thing as like a benevolent dictator and stuff like that. It's really, really brilliant. We are on 99 now? Okay. 99. 99, good. Let's see. Not after 9, it's going to be 2-2. It might be. You know, baseball is like so fluky. Okay, next up, number 100. So, what was I thinking about? Oh, baseball. So when it comes to baseball, like, I think the whole thing seems like so luck based. When like if you fail 70% of the time as a hitter, congratulations, you're gonna go to the Hall of Fame. Like when you're talking about like 10 to 20% chance for the first guy to get on base, and then the next guy it's like 10 to 20% chance to then get that guy over into scoring position, and then another 10 to 20% chance to then score a run. It's like that sounds like it is a 5% chance to score a run. That's just straight up luck at that point. So whoever wins, congratulations, you got lucky. Totally got lucky. So when it comes to cleaning pumps, all we do is we kind of scrub them out, toss them to vinegar. That's why out of all the brilliant people we get Trump and Hillary. Yeah. And don't forget Jill Stein and Gary Johnson. You vote for third party people. Boo, baseball, no luck. Okay, next up, 102. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but so okay, I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not that much of a baseball fan. Not that much of a baseball fan. Confession time. I used to be part owner of the Cleveland Indians, true story. There was a time when ownership of the Cleveland Indians was available in the public markets, and I was a shareholder, literally an owner of the Indians. But I got over it. I grew up. I turned 20. Next up, 103. So somebody was asking about SPS earlier. There you go. Do you do straight white vinegar or do you dilute it? I just pretty much do straight white vinegar. Third-party candidates are simply contrarians. Welcome to Tidal Gardens. That's all we do here. All right, next up, 105. Oh, wait, 104, right? 104? Okay, perfect. 104. Oh, yes. I need to get a bottle opened. Yeah, what is this?
Time.
Okay, so this is an oatmeal stout. Actually, can I get a Edmund Fitzgerald? Sorry, we got bartending problems here. That's the kind of problems we have at Tidal Gardens. Next up, 105. Dan for president. Free corals for everybody. No, the corals would be free. The people, however, would not be. I would be a tyrant. I am a tyrant. Like the people that work for me here. This is a rough place to work. Have you tried to raise dosing potassium? I have not. When it comes to potassium, I've literally never tested for potassium. It's like, oh, okay, hold on. No more talk about politics. A lot of people leaving your stream. That is not true. I'm looking at the numbers. 157. That's a lot. Yeah. No, like when it comes to politics, it's like, so politics in the U.S. is very like sports related. So like me and like the Cubs fans here, like that kind of aggressive my team versus your team banter. It's completely translated into politics as well. So like you can be completely blind about your particular candidate of choice. So like for example, I am a Cleveland Cavalier fan, and sure enough, they let's go to 106. They'd won the championship last year, right? Before LeBron James came back, the Cleveland Cavaliers are a terrible franchise with terrible ownership, with terrible management, terrible drafting, okay? And they have been bad pretty much most years that didn't involve having LeBron James on the basketball team. And they do not deserve any fan support. Like the current Cleveland Browns that can't win a football game, unlike every other team in the whole NFL. They can't win a football game, but they have die-hard support. And that's fine in sports. You can have completely unrealistic expectations of your favorite team. But when it comes to politics, that kind of like, you know, putting on the blinders and supporting like your candidate, no matter what kind of illegal crap they're doing. By the way, both candidates are kind of like that. That's kind of dangerous for your democracy. So just, you know, what to think about when you're drunk listening to a Coral live stream about politics. 107. So yeah, also keep in mind that you're listening to somebody talk about Coral, drunk, and talking about politics on top of that. However, we do have like 2 constitutional scholars here, so it's not completely unfounded. There's 2 lawyers here that can tell you all kinds of things about how the wonderful judicial and legal, legislative, executive system works in the United States of America. And I'm sure like all like the foreign folks are like, what the hell are any of you talking about? Like we have perfectly good working political systems. All right, next up, 108. Okay, how many water changes does it take to lower nitrates? Mine are off the charts. You kind of have to keep doing them until it goes down. Your presidential address would be underwater. Wrong. Everybody else would be underwater. Let's see. American politics are a joke. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, the problem is that it's working as intended, which is kind of scarier if you think about it. 109. So I'm kind of also a Cleveland Indians fan. And it's kind of like super ironic that while I am supporting a team that uses like an openly racist mascot logo, that there are real Native Americans trying to prevent a corporate pipeline for oil being installed through their sovereign nation, and they're getting like physically removed by like riot control cops and like protests and weird. So there's like this super violent like putting down of a protest of Native Americans. At the same time, the World Series has like a baseball team called the Indians, and white folks are like painting their faces and dressing up like, you know, like this drunken red Indian logo. And of course, I support it because they play baseball in Cleveland, and I'm close to there. Next up, 110. I'm at Yale Law currently. Good job, Nick. I could not get into Yale. That's why I went to Akron.
So I had a Ohio football game last night.
Oh, dude. Okay.
One of the teams was called...
Okay, you guys can't read this.
This is Ohio football.
This is Ohio football, okay?
High school football.
It says, "Hey Indians, get ready for a Trail of Tears Part 2. Wow. Ohio. Wow. Okay, next up, 111. We'll get there. It'll be an Oregon tour. It's one of the nicer Acans. Acros. I can't believe we haven't stopped at a rest area yet. We're going to get there, Bruce. Don't worry. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten about my bladder. Okay. So yeah, congrats on Yale. Perhaps one day you too can be a Supreme Court justice. Okay, so the reason why I'm not talking too much is because I'm reading chat. I'm kind of enjoying it. All right. Okay, so what was the actual Ohio high school that had that?
So it was. Hold on a second here. It was.
Oh, let's go to 112.
There were two teams around Cincinnati,
So it's two high school teams around Cincinnati.
and it was. Greenfield McLean High School.
Greenfield McLean. So swing around. Let's move the shark costume. So let's trying to find the most wrong racist headlines we can about Indians.
Yeah, so it was Greenfield McCain High School.
McLean, not
McLean.
McCain. That's a different dude. That he might have his own problems with Native Americans.
Yeah.
To throw that out there.
And
Or as we like to call them, Indians.
well, he was trapped. That team was
Let's go 113.
excuse me, traveling to Hillsborough Indians, and they made this giant banner that the cheerleaders were gonna to carry. Put it on the bus, drove it all the way there, unrolled it, had the cheerleaders hold it up, and nobody at any time thought that this would be a bad thing. Saying, "Hey Indians, get ready for the Trail of Tears Part 2." And for those who don't know,
The Trail of Tears is kind of a bad thing.
it's one of the greatest atrocities that the U.S. has
Let's go to
committed,
114.
where over 4,000 Native Americans and free slaves were killed when they were being forced off their lands.
Honestly, did you guys think that you were going to get a history lesson when you tuned into this live sale? Greenfield from what state? This is Ohio. This is my state. All right, that's the next up. 115.
Oh, sorry. Cool.
All right. Something like sounds like something Trump would tweet. So, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to like the political spectrum within this crowd, I think you can find literally everybody supported without no Gary Johnson supporters here. I think every other major and minor political candidate might be supported in this crowd here. So if you Trump guys are in the house, you have a friend somewhere here. I'm not going to say who, Luke, but you will not be alone. Of course, there's some Hillary people. There's some Jill Stein people. I don't know what
No Hillary people here.
what.
No Hillary people here.
There's a lot of Hillary people here. You're just surrounded. They're here. I heard of them. Okay, let's go to 116. Excuse me, 116. Gary Johnson has lost it. I don't think he ever won it to begin with. I mean, let's be serious. Third-party candidates in the United States, kind of not a thing. All right, let's go to 117. My dad visits Cleveland and Lorain, Ohio. I am sorry. Actually, Cleveland's not that. Okay. Cleveland is okay. It's like Midwest okay. So like it's like when you go to I'm gonna be super derogatory here, but like when sometimes you go to like MACNA, like a big conference or something like that, some businesses actually hire like booth babes to be at their saltwater aquarium company booth, okay? And they're never that cute, but they're like reef aquarium cute, that sort of thing. So Cleveland is kind of like they're Midwest cute in a way. So it's not that bad. But if you wanted to compare it to like a world-class city, sorry, it's just not. Okay, next up, 118. Are you guys enjoying chat? You guys are like dying over there. So, it's some more politically savvy folks in my circle of friends, meaning Dave, my eye surgeon friend. Next up, 119. I guess there's like a weird way where like a third party candidate in the state of Utah.
He's actually, I think he's Republican. It's Evan.
Is he a
Evan
Republican? Evan McCullough
Yeah.
McCullough.
could literally like throw a wrench in the whole political system and become president by winning one state. He's only on the ballot of 11 states, but I guess like there is this impossible, practically mathematically impossible scenario where he becomes president over Trump and Hillary Clinton, this random dude in Utah. Next up, 120. A drunk guy in a squid hat criticizing the government. Try that in North Korea. Okay, funny thing you mentioned North Korea, because I was in South Korea not too long ago. And I was asking like, dude, what do you think about North Korea? Because in the U.S., like if you watch the news in the United States, they make this big deal of like this North Korean threat. Okay, North Korea has the economy of like Delaware at best. Okay, and they they throw this hullabaloo about we're gonna bomb the hell out of California and stuff. And I was like, dang, North Korea, like, how do you South Koreans feel about literally sharing a border with North Korea? Let's go to 121. And all of my North Korean friends, my South Korean friends were like, yeah, we never actually worry about that. They've been threatening to do stuff for like 50 years. It's kind of not a thing. While in the United States, it's like North Korea is like the biggest threat, to our like security. And there's like movies. Now there's a movie called Olympus Has Fallen. It is a Hollywood blockbuster action movie about North Korea literally taking over the White House. And I'm like in South Korea asking about the North Korean threat. They're like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. Okay, next up, 122. I'm really enjoying this stream. You're a trip. Yes, alcohol. Okay. It's like real talk with Than. My closest friends would say I'm a better human being when I drink, and that is kind of a shame. But it's probably also true. Okay, next up, 123. And we're getting close to rest stop time. Can you say hi to my girlfriend Chelsea? Hello, Chelsea. Welcome to Tidal Gardens livestream. You have come on literally the strangest day that we have here. But welcome. All right, let's go to 124.
Show the people what you're drinking.
What are you drinking? Okay, oh, good point. There's a reason why I asked for this. This is Great Lakes Brewing Company, Edmund Fitzgerald. So Great Lakes Brewing Company is a Cleveland, it's probably the most famous Cleveland microbrew. Next up, 125. And it is also clearly the most overrated beer company on earth as far as I'm concerned. However, they make this beer called Edmund Fitzgerald. It's a dark beer, it's a porter. It is probably my favorite all-time beer of theirs. Michael, you agree? It is their best beer.
I think it's their best.
It's their best beer. And it is modeled after a sinking ship. The Edmund Fitzgerald literally sank in Lake Erie. Lake Erie? Lake Superior. So why is it a Cleveland boat? So Suzanne is a wealth of knowledge of all things history.
It's probably the most.
November 10th, 1975. What?
Yeah, and I think it left port in Lake Erie. It's home
Okay, so it's a Cleveland boat that sank in Lake Superior.
Would you say it's the most famous Great Lakes shipwreck?
largest.
Big.
Maintained
It's
by
the
the sun.
largest Great Lakes shipwreck,
In loss of life.
and everybody
I don't
died.
know.
There's only like 32 people in Cape
29.
It was like 10 times worse than the Titanic.
All right, next up, 127. Oh, somebody says Lake Michigan,
Lake Superior.
Lake Superior. So
Infinity
verhas.
waters.
Listen to the song. Is there a song?
Yes.
Yeah.
They made a
By,
song?
I can't think of his name now.
Towards
Maroon
Yeah,
5?
guy does Sundown. I know.
Okay, let's go to 128. Do you eat Taco Bell? I don't. I don't. Luke does. The Trump supporter here eats Taco Bell. I'm gonna throw that out there. Make whatever aspersions that might conjure in your mind. Yeah, that's like Republican filet mignon. Unless you are the head tax attorney for the Koch brothers. There's that too. That might be a different filet mignon. But wait, okay, hold on. Who was that? Is it Jay? That's the law student. Who's the law student? Nick. Sorry, Nick. So your dad, the tax attorney at Koch, is he a Trump supporter? Because I know that there's a lot of hate for Trump amongst the right wing, the right political establishment. Okay, next up, 129. We on 29? Okay, let's do that. Okay, so somebody asked, what kind of music are you into? Right this second, I am into
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino, bruh. So this whole place except for the Trump supporter, likes Childish Gambino. All right, next up, 130. So, yeah, got that buzz on. Yeah, you came in late, man. You came in late.
He's 4 beers in.
I'm 3 beers. This is the third beer.
You didn't have anything before the show started?
Nope, this is the third beer. Nothing like live sale and death. Looks at 131, please. Yeah. Any safety meetings going on at Tidal Gardens today? I don't get that joke.
You are drunk at work.
I'm drunk at work. I'm never
Somebody
drunk at
call
work.
OSHA.
He doesn't have a policy.
What's your favorite Sam Adams?
What's my favorite Sam Adams? Like the original regular ass Sam Adams, probably.
Is that right?
Is that the,
I mean,
there is like Boston Lager. Yeah, Boston Lager. That's probably it.
So Luke had a question. What is the drinking policy for employees at Tidal Gardens?
Say what? Say what? I missed it.
What's the drinking policy for employees at Tidal Gardens?
You are allowed to do a whole bunch of stuff here at Tidal Gardens as long as you get the work done. Are we in 132? Okay. Let's go to 132. Okay, here's the thing, okay? And so that might sound super lenient to you guys, right? Like, I don't care if you smoke weed here. I don't care if you drink beer here. But I will kick your butt if you do something wrong here. So if beer or weed is going to impede your ability to do something perfectly, that's probably a bad choice here. But I'm not going to categorically oh no, you're fired because you got a joint.
The lawyers.
It's a bad look. Let me
The
tell you.
lawyers have said we're gonna have to edit this out of the YouTube video later.
So I've been advised by counsel to not answer that question anymore. I've been advised by counsel to never say that again. All right, next up, 133. Oh, safety meetings equals work code for partaking in the herb. So, all right, I don't smoke weed. It's just simply not my thing. I have very little judgment about people that smoke weed. So I'm going to tell another story. It's story time at Tidal Gardens. So surgeon friend who I've brought up maybe 3 times already. He's the smartest dude I've ever met in my whole life. I have met many smart dudes in my life. Let's go to 134. I've met many smart dudes. Lawson's a smart dude. And many smart girls. Suzanne is a freaking lawyer, right? Not dumb. We have we have smart lawyer friends that occasionally we vacation with even. Michael, master's degree. He is a college dropout. Luke is a college dropout and a Trump supporter. Get wrecked, Trump. Okay, next up, 135. So Trump, this is who you're appealing to. Okay, in chat, do not feel sorry for Luke. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. Do not feel sorry for Luke. But anyway, back to my story. So my eye surgeon friend, he's not an only child. Next up, 136, please. He has a younger brother who is not academically driven like my eye surgeon friend. But he really liked the weed. And
more entrepreneurial.
Let's call it like an entrepreneur, exactly, right? So he's not a dummy. In fact, he's brilliant. In fact, Dave, eye surgeon friend, says he is every bit as smart as me, if not smarter. He is just not driven by scholastics. So what does he do? He becomes a kingpin. He is a freaking drug kingpin. So, yeah, it's in the family here. It's in the family. Where do I send my resume? You can send it to fan@tidalgardens.com. There you go, Bruce. All right, we're at break time, so I'm gonna switch the cameras. You can see the behind the scenes look while we do, I don't know, stuff. I will be back. If somebody wants to hop into this seat and have a good time, entertain the crowd. Suzanne, you want to jump in here, say hi to the folks, do some chat? I don't know. I'll be back. You can wear the crown of authority right here. Okay. Doing the shark, doing the squid. All right. Cameraman's taking a break. Blah. Did anybody have the courage to jump on stream? No bravery. There's no bravery in this crowd. Do you like powder blue tangs? I'm probably like 15 minutes behind chat here. I don't like tangs at all. So, little secret here. I don't like clowns, and I don't like tangs. And just so you know, you guys are on camera. Oh, hey. Hi, guys. Yeah. So I don't like those because they just tend to be total jerks. What time is this over, Todd? It pretty much goes until we're done, or I can't do this anymore. It's like 220 something corals, maybe. Usually we're done by 5-ish our time.
Bobby said, my brother said, if I should be on the camera, I should be on the kayak.
Oh man, Luke's brother has a PhD and is intentionally no. You misspelled known. Is that your brother, Bobby?
Yeah.
Go till fan falls off the chair. Pretty much. It does not take that much. I know if fat now.
That's supposed to be mine.
Clowns are scary. Okay, what number are we on?
Looks like 137.
Okay, I'm seeing black screen. There we go. Let's go to 137. Okay, so yeah, we're made a little switch here. Michael's on camera, and now Luke is chatting. So for all you Trump supporters, you have a friend on chat right now, the chat moderator. So any Hillary supporters, you're probably gonna get banned. Just gonna throw that out there right now. Okay, I have a challenge for you. Chug a beer. Hell no. I'm 40 years old. We don't do that stuff. We're sophisticated adults now. 138. Let's go. Green Samacor. By the way, obviously we're not talking very much about corals. So Samacor is a really, really weird SPS. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of Pavona-ish, but like the polyps are much, much smaller. Yeah, the convo is more entertaining than the frags. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. He would pass out if he chugs a beer. Yeah, could be. Because I haven't really drank any water yet either. This could be a bad time. Still working on the sinking ship beer. All right, next up, 139. Trump and Pence build the fence. So I found this like hilarious iPhone app where you build the fence. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. But I saw a screen grab and I thought it was hilarious, so I shared it with my friends. But yeah, there's like an iPhone app where you build the fence. Next up, 140. Okay, I don't know what the heck these are. I've never known what the heck these are. Sometimes they behave like acros. Other times they behave like Montipora. Is the Tidal Gardens website unresponsive for anyone else? Let me check for you, because now I'm genuinely curious. Tidal Gardens is working just fine for me. It is on you, my brother. Yellow Watchman Goby and Pistol Shrimp? So, let's see. What number are we on? Let's go to 144. No, wait, what number are we on? I lost track.
This is
141. Yeah, I was about to say. All right. 141. So I got a pistol shrimp and a yashagobi because I was gonna do a video on like all these different interactions, like kind of like symbiotic type stuff, and everything hid. So would I recommend any of these things? Not really, because you kind of don't see them very often. Next up, 142. Man, I got bored just talking about that.
Tell them about the pistol shrimp we saw in Japan. You remember, like, out in the wild at the Okinawa hotel, we saw the pistol shrimp?
Yeah, when we were in yeah, Suzanne and I and one other friend went to Okinawa, and we like got to see like a lot of stuff in like in the actual tide pools and stuff like that. And sure enough, we saw pistol shrimps and stuff like that there too. It's pretty cool. That and clams, a lot of clams. Next up, 143. You should eat a bowl of rice. You know what? Either that is incredibly cleverly racist or really good advice. I can't tell, but I like it. Next up, 144. Actually, my favorite actually racist clever message on chat was like, this dude probably eats cats and dogs. Yeah. Did you get back your camera from the girls in Japan? No, it's my phone. I lost my phone. I always had my camera. My phone's gone. Nancy Matthews. I'm Asian. Yeah, your name makes me think of a different ethnicity. So, Lawson, get back in here. Okay. This man's name is Lawson Sutherland.
That is true.
So when he's my freshman year roommate when I went to Michigan, and so you get like this little letter in the mail that says your future roommate is going to be Lawson Sutherland. I'm like, damn, that's a white boy right there. And then this guy shows up and he's like, what? Puerto Rican? What are you? St. Vincent, Virgin Islands.
Both my parents are from the Caribbean. I'm a first generation American. But my mom's from Puerto Rico, my dad's from St. Vincent.
Okay. So he's kind of like Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Why is everybody saying chug in chat?
Because I'm related to you
Chug the beer.
Everybody wants you to drink it. Come on, Dan.
Dude. Okay, hold on. What's the alcohol content of this?
Not much. Let's go.
Not much. Yeah, I'm sure it's like 10%.
6%.
You'll be fine.
No, this is Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It's like 6%. Chug. Dude. Yeah, I ain't chugging nothing. All right, next up. 145. How about this? If I'm still awake by the end of this whole live sale, whatever I have left in whatever bottle I'm drinking, I will chug that. I doubt that. All right, let's go to 146. Wesley Humphrey, why is wire coral so hard to find? Because I have been doing this business for a long time. I've been in this hobby a long time. And I've never heard of a wire coral. That is probably why it is hard to find. Everyone's like, hey, Lawson. Chug it, pansy. Thanks, Nancy. Way to look out. It's like 4%. Wait, hold on. Is it 4%? Because that's not even a beer.
On the bottle it says.
It doesn't say anything on this bottle.
Look on the top label.
Around, yeah, it's something around.
Where there's like a
It's 6%. 6%. Andrew, why are you lying to me? Okay, next up, 147. You think if Dan gets drunk enough, we'll get better discounts? It's like I have no control. I have no control of this.
No flash sale.
that already happened.
All right, next up, 148. So I have to do all this stuff here. Like I'm actually the one trying to direct these overlays and stuff like that. Man, this is hard work. This is extremely challenging after the third or fourth beer. We believe in you. Thank you. Everyone in chat's like chug.
Get to work.
Why aren't you drinking? You're like a bad influence on me, roommate. All right, next up, 149. It's another pulsing xenia, most likely. Yes. Chug it or drink a wine cooler. Wait, do they still make Zima? Is Zima still a thing? Did they go out of business? No, Zima is gone. I remember not having the highest opinion of someone's masculinity for drinking a Zima once.
You remember those mixed drinks in the can that we had in Japan? Those eyeball things that were like
Let's go to 150. Other way. 150. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. No sippy. Chug. There's no way I'm chugging this beer. It's like I am not like a freaking alcoholic like just about everybody in chat seems to be. Speaking of everybody in chat, I better not be talking to a bunch of hypocrites. What are you guys drinking? Hi, Tidal. Peter North here. That's like a porn star. Why are you Peter Geiger? Like your name says Peter Geiger, it says you're Peter North. I'm so I can't process this stuff.
What's a decorator?
What's a decorator? And why are you shouting? Okay, who got the beer bong? Okay, what do you feed Pectinia? Okay, I'm sorry. You've asked this many times. You can feed it anything from mysis shrimp to rotifers and stuff like that. They'll eat all types of stuff. In fact, there's a YouTube video we did on Pectinia where we feed it kind of like a seafood gumbo of stuff. They eat all sorts of stuff. How much beer do you have left? We have a whole cooler full of beer still, so we're fine. And why am I the only one with a bottle? Okay, nope, Suzanne's got one. Luke doesn't drink. The Trump supporter doesn't drink beer. Think about that for a sec. That's some Illuminati stuff. Okay, next up, 151. I don't know. Does Donald Trump drink beer? Have you ever seen him drink anything?
He might have a Trump wine.
Does he have a Trump wine? That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
He has a Trump wine. There's such a thing as a Trump wine.
Well, he had Trump steaks.
I know he had Trump steaks. That didn't go well. But he has a Trump wine?
I'll tell you more about
Okay, yeah, so Suzanne is now Googling up Trump wine. Jug or ISIS wins. Dude, John Smith, let me tell you something about ISIS that I thought of the other day. Now let's go to like number 152. So I have this other company that I'm doing. It's about. It doesn't matter what it's about. Anyway, I came across an article because we were thinking about our social media strategy for this company. You know, like we're adulting, and I came across this article titled "How ISIS is Using Twitter or Hacking Twitter to Get More Followers," and I'm like, we need to do what ISIS is doing because we need to bump up our Twitter following. Like, how is ISIS using Twitter? How much you have in the bottle? Chug. Okay, I can chug the rest of this because it's like 2 sips. Yeah, it's a mistake. Okay, next up, 153.
What do you want to drink next?
I don't want to drink wine next. Hell no.
Want to talk about Trump wine?
Yes, let's talk about Trump wine. Okay. While we look at a cabbage leather, it's $20, guys.
So Trump Winery is in Virginia, and I've actually had wine in Virginia. It's
And
not so bad.
Eric Trump apparently is the president.
They have a winemaker.
So they actually do make wine. Okay. How much is your stuff?
So it looks
What's the
like
price point?
it looks like they have a wine club, and that's kind of their big
Okay,
big deal.
yo. Spell ISIS backwards. It says Clinton. I love it. Okay. So what grapes are they using? Chardonnays. Some sparkling stuff. Medium-bodied Bordeaux blend.
So that would be Cabernet Sauvignon.
Cabernet, a little bit of Merlot,
Merlot.
Cab Franc, Petit Verdot. Yeah, that's right. I know my wines. Okay, next up, 154. You chugged a sip and a half. Yeah, that's true. I did. Right. I'm on my next one. So, for those of you keeping score at home, that's 3 beers. That's all it takes. Okay, next up, 155. Out of curiosity, are any of you guys into wine at all? He is gone. Yes, yeah, I kind of am. What is this other company you're starting? It is a fitness company, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a fitness media company. I can't tell how old you are. Yeah, I know, because it's like, you know how people say like black don't crack, well Asian don't raisin. So that's totally a thing. You have no idea how old I am. I could be 16. Next up, and drinking beer, 156. Let's go. Next up, 156. Are we on that? Okay, I don't have any success with the green star polyps, and I don't know why. Ramp up your flow and see if that helps. Boxed wine. There you go. I drink Colt 45. There you go. So my boy Childish Gambino is going to be cast as the new Lando Calrissian in the next Star Wars movie. There you go. All right, 157. No taste like you're drinking the juice out of driftwood. Lost me on that one, Jay. That's too high level for me right now. That's some next level shiz. All right, next up, 158. Somebody drinking some malt liquor? No. Slits? Schlitz?
Schlitz.
Is that the Michigan beer?
Boone's Farm. So I haven't had this individual on my chat before, or on this live show before. But one of my high school buddies, he literally wrote a textbook on wines for Purdue University, and yeah. So if any of you guys are winos, we can talk about wines one day.
We should do a wine show.
Look up Rich Chiga. Okay, next up, 159. We need to do a 1%er thing. So like, we need to get all our 1%er friends and we dress up. You look mid-30s. Well, not far off, unfortunately.
You could sell 1% corals.
You could sell, yeah. So if you guys are into like the high end stuff, not like $15 Kenya trees like what you're looking at right now, but if you want like the high end stuff, we can do like a 1%er sale. You know, like the Rothschild Acropora echinata, and the lizard people Platygyra. Okay, next up, 160. We need to get some Illuminati like iconography, like some obelisk with an eyeball at the top of the pyramid part. We could do it. We could do it.
Make your own secret society.
Yeah, we could do some secret society of Tidal Gardens here. More SPS coming up. No, sorry, Todd. Pretty much all the SPS are done with. Anything from like 100 to 136. Check those things out. Do we see your tax returns? You'd be really disappointed in my tax returns. You'd be like, yeah, I don't need to talk to that guy ever again. Next up, 161. And I'm not running for president because I can't. Because for whatever reason, people that are not born in the U.S. can't be president. And I was not born in the U.S. And I'm sure that like all those patriots that were born in the U.S., that took a lot of effort on your part, I'm sure. True patriots. That's the best line. Thank you, Michael. It's like, so now that we're all friends, you can call me Eagle or Golden Eagle. Oh, in chat, do you guys get that reference? Please, somebody get that reference. It's beautiful. Trust me, it's funny. Next up, 162. That's not just drunk me talking. That's legit funny. Flat Earth Monty. Oh, that's not 1%. 1%ers don't believe in flat Earth theory. Next up, 163. These are we're into. Oh, we're moving. All right. More LPS, fam. I think we're done with LPS, dude. LPS would be anything from like in like the 30s to 50s. Check that out. Sorry, Bob. I think that we're pretty much into like the mushrooms, a few soft corals, into the Zoas. Ah, yes. My goodness. Okay. So I am on a rocket ship to Hangover Land, I'm sure. This is gonna be a rough evening and tomorrow morning.
Your milkshakes at Open Farm?
Oh, that's rough. That's super rough. That's that movie. I forgot the name. Yes, Bay Area Reefs. You're so close. What is that movie? What's that movie? I should give somebody a coupon code if they can figure out what movie I'm talking about.
What was the saying?
The saying is, you can call me, or my friends call me Eagle, or Golden Eagle,
Can I say it for
or short for Golden Eagle of America. All right, let's. What's next? 163. Let's do that.
No, this is 160. That was 163.
Oh, what?
Whoa. What was that?
That's a fish. Okay, 163 is this one. Okay, let's go to 164. Okay. Yeah, when I pick up my coral sands, I'll be rocking sunglasses. All right, let's go to 165. Foxcatcher, yes, yes. You guys got it. All right, send to Brazil. Sorry, we ship only to the U.S. and Puerto Rico. Yeah, all these folks had to Google it. Okay, for all you folks that haven't seen the Foxcatcher, that's some 1%er stuff. Anyways, let's go to 166.
Miller Ridge. First one.
Steve Cartel, Fox Eagle. Close. Oh dear.
This guy has Cocoa Puff in his bag.
Dan is drunk talking. There is no coupon code. All right. All right, next up, 167.
Can you direct message the people with?
I might be able to. I might. You know what? I'll take care of it. So who was the first one? Officially, winner is
Chicken dinner.
Chicken Dinner. Nick, Mr. Coke tax attorney, Yale Law School guy himself. Send me an email.
Cocoa pods in the tank,
That is probably true. I have cocoa pods in my tank. Next up, 168. We got punked. Price on 166. Oh, 160. Okay, hold on. 166. Hold on. I'll help you out, fam. You can't see the price. It is $25 for 166. Okay, are we on 169 now? Let's go to 169.
This is 168 that's on.
Okay, 168 is on screen. Let's go to 169. I wish my boss would be like Than. Coolest Than as well. No, you do not want me as your boss. I am not joking. Legit dictator. Can I get free shipping? No. $250. Nick. All right, next up, 170. Moonshine. What is moonshine? Moonshine is like potatoes?
No, it's a distilled liquor.
Yeah, I know it's distilled, but it's distilled from potatoes.
corn mash, anything.
Okay, I am sorry, I cannot pronounce Norwegian names at all. So Niles. What is moonshine made from? I think moonshine is potatoes, right?
No, it's usually corn and
It's corn?
Made
Isn't that grain alcohol?
was basically you did it at night because it was all illegal.
Yeah, but I thought it was potatoes, right? Potatoes
Or corn.
or corn?
Yeah.
anything that will ferment.
Yeah.
My worldview has been shattered. Okay,
Moonshine is more a method of distilling rather than what's in it.
because I've had moonshine before that was like absolutely delicious.
Typically corn. Though.
Typically corn,
Yeah. Well, most of it's corn.
but how do you make corn? How do you make corn mash distilled in like West Virginia? There's no corn. There's no corn in West Virginia. It's all mountains.
Still grow cornfields.
Do you grow
I've been through
potatoes
it.
in West Virginia?
They're in the ground. Potatoes are in the ground.
So it's corn.
No, corn is not in the ground.
Does it grow in the air?
Corn, dude. Moonshine is the devil. Mostly corn. What is this? Vodka is from potatoes. What?
Yeah, that is true.
Some vodka is made from potatoes.
Some vodka is made from grapes.
Dude, all these people. What? What? That is not just me being drunk. Like, what? You mean it's not? It's mostly corn?
Yeah.
What? Okay, next up, 171. Let's go. Let's keep this rolling. Oh my god, I'm not gonna make it. Moonshine is made from unicorns. Yeah, that sounds closer than freaking corn. You can use just sugar and yeast. Yeah, I don't know about that. Moonshine is normally corn or sugar, often sugar because of price. Homemade vodka is the devil, probably. Sugar is not expensive.
No, historically it was expensive though, because it used to only come
172. Sugar cane is expensive. Turns out you can get sugar from all kinds of random stuff. And we thought you was a smart one. Dude, I was smart 2 beers ago. Fermentation process is actually pretty interesting. Not that interesting to me. Dan cannot wrap his head around this. Yes, corn makes moonshine and it's shipped on alpacas. Very good, Scott. Good job, man. I can still appreciate good humor. Next up, 173.
My brother's wife said you should start drinking some water in between your beers.
So when we went to so pro tip, I should be drinking water between beers. Yeah, I know. So during the beer fest, like the group, Eye Surgeon, Dave, his wife, Lawson, Suzanne, they were like pros about this whole beer fest experience. Next up, 174. So we had like necklaces of pretzels and everything, and Dave had like a backpack full of water that, you know, so between beers we would like rinse out our cups and get water in between every single beer. So the next day I was fine.
And we finished drinking at like 4
And we finished drinking at like 4 in the afternoon. Tomorrow is not going to be so good on me. We'll see. Next up, 175. You know what? We've only been at this. Oh, okay. I could almost not tell time for a second there. We've been at this for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I was like, it's only been an hour and 10 minutes, guys. No, not so lucky. Roses are red, clowns are near. We would be safe if alpacas were here. Oh man, we got poets in chat.
I've got a Trump joke for you.
176. All right, you have to swing around. You have to be on camera if you're gonna tell a Trump joke. Otherwise, people will think I'm hating on Republicans. I don't hate Republicans. I hate humans. It's different. Okay, next up. All right. Okay,
Trump joke.
Trump joke.
What do pumpkins and Trump have in common? We could let chat answer for a while. Make them guess.
I
What do you think?
literally didn't hear what the joke was.
What do pumpkins and Trump have in common?
Pumpkins and Trump. We have to wait 30 seconds for chat to catch up. Take his keys.
You don't have to drive anywhere.
I
So,
know. It's
that's
like
awesome.
I live here. I live in the greenhouse. Let's
Well,
go to
not in the
177, Michael.
greenhouse.
Close enough. We're in 177, Michael?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Finish the joke. What's the punchline?
So, they both have in common that they're hollow inside. They're orange on the outside, hollow inside, and should both be tossed out in early November.
Oh, that's rough.
Luke is not happy. Luke is lamenting that brand of humor.
Hey,
People are offended.
He can take a chance.
People are offended. Both are orange. they all
they
got
were
the
one
orange.
third right,
Like,
yes.
like all the people in chat like orange, 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 orange. They're cool for like a month.
See, that was also
Orange on the outside. How? Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Yes.
Look at Macus 87. Look, dang. Same tanning salon. Dang.
they're on point.
Yeah, I know. I had none of those things checked out. I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea. All right, next up, 178. Neon Green Galaxia. Thank you, Suzanne. You're not quite as drunk as I am because I don't get jokes at this point in the show. Yeah, Sean Farrell like wrote out the whole thing.
It's from a meme.
Yeah, come on, Sean. Googling. She gets to wear the shark costume next. Yeah, actually, the next person that shows up on camera has to wear the shark costume. 2 grown men need to walk Than home on a stretcher. Yeah, probably true. Okay, next up, 179. Dan should take over the free world. Not true. Not true.
Watch that rules for rulers video.
Yeah, again, rules for rulers. Google that or search in YouTube for that video. It is very insightful as to why we can't have nice things. Okay. Google, yes. Next up, 180. Purple pipe or you know it would be a funny thing if like everybody that shows up on camera has to wear the costume.
I haven't even tried it on yet.
Really? Here, try it on. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, this is the costume. It's a hammerhead shark. You can just like put it over. You don't have to wear the whole thing, obviously.
Not like Lawson did.
Yeah, because it's a whole body outfit. Okay, next up, 181. Have you read Guns, Germs, and Steel? I haven't read it, but I saw the I saw like a documentary about it. Drunk Dan is funny. That is true. Chug, come on now. We're not chugging nothing. This is like not.
What number are you on?
I'm on 181.
Maybe you should start chugging at like 197.
190. That's a very random number to start chugging on. 182, please. Let's go to 182.
Is this?
That's good. You look great, Suzanne. You look great. Maybe Than can start dancing. Dude, I'm Asian. Asians don't dance unless you talk about Koreans. Koreans can dance.
I feel like I'm here for no other reason other than to just be wearing the shark costume.
It's very rewarding, isn't it?
I feel like I'm hiding.
Let's go to 183. How do you deal with red slime? Isaiah. Okay, so chat, in about 20 seconds, you're going to see the answer. But the answer is always do some more water changes. All right, 184.
They don't want to see you puke.
You're not going to see me puke. Like,
Fish are hungry.
Than, have you seen the Neptune drama? They are not UL or ETC certified and people are demanding their money back. No. That's a little bit of an It's a little bit of an oversight. Too bad we only get this Than once a year. Meldium, that is not necessarily the case. So, okay, real quick, hold on. So, okay, see these Patreon guys? These are the real MVPs here, because they are actually donating for YouTube videos. These guys have donated like the $5 mark, which is awesome. Thank you guys, Patreon fam. But we actually have a milestone, which we're almost halfway to. We're at like $40 ish per month, but if we get to $100, we're gonna do a special alcohol-related live stream where we have some absinthe. So we're not going to get beer crunk. We're going to get absinthe crunk. So that is a possibility if we get to the $100 per whatever Patreon milestone.
I think Patreon should be the trigger for the 1% live sale.
Oh, we could do a Patreon 1%er show.
It sounds
possible.
It sounds appropriate.
Okay, next up. What number are we on, Michael?
84.
184?
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's go to 185. Yeah. Okay, Than, will you watch this live show again on Monday? Probably not. I can go ahead and forget this also. So, it's funny that you mentioned drama, because literally when it comes to this hobby and groups within this hobby, there is endless drama that you can imagine. Like every group I've ever encountered when it comes to this hobby has their own brand of insane drama. We've had clubs here that have had to hire police officers, like off-duty police officers, to make sure so-and-so does not get into such and such event. And then like lawyers get called in and stuff, and we're talking about like fish clubs. You know, come on now. Like saltwater fish groups have drama. They have like the best drama. It's like I don't need to watch reality shows because like it surrounds me here. All right, next up, 186.
Dan, do you watch Westworld?
Westworld. Yes. I love Westworld. There's not much to talk about because people are still figuring out that show. But so there's a few shows I'm watching. I'm watching Black Mirror. I'm watching Westworld. I guess I'm sort of like looking forward to Game of Thrones. Not that much.
Do you follow any of the Westworld theories? Do you
No,
look those up?
I intentionally did not look up Westworld theories. Let's go to what number one? 186.
Yeah, we'll go to 187.
let's go to 187. I don't follow the Westworld theories because, okay, if you guys are not on Reddit or anything like that, they pretty much guessed like Mr. Robot after the first episode. And had I like watched the Mr. Robot theory things on Reddit about that, it would have been just like ruined for me. So I'm intentionally not watching or not reading up on Westworld theories because it's gonna ruin the show for me. So I'm staying far away. I'm enjoying Westworld as is, just by itself. And by the way, the one prostitute in Westworld, I am ridiculously attracted to. So for all those folks on YouTube that are saying that I'm gay, not always true, not necessarily true. It's the Maeve. No, not the black one. Well, not the half black one. It's the other one. Like she kind of has like wide set eyes.
Mm-hmm. Hasn't she been in other things?
Not that I know of. She's
Like the blonde in that show.
So Luke
Dolores?
likes Dolores in Westworld. I like the actress herself is Armenian. I know that. Anyways. Okay, next up,
Sounds like your type.
188. And I like that really cute guy in there too. Yeah, I'm
That
gone.
one.
Yeah,
That
that
one really
that
cute.
that one. Okay, let's see. Yesterday I binged Westworld. Yeah, Westworld's good stuff.
What about Black Mirror? You talked about Black Mirror.
Black Mirror's good. I've only caught up on first season so far.
Which
Okay,
is
let's go to
easy
189 real quick.
Easy to do. 3 episodes.
Yeah. Have you guys watched Black Mirror? It's a British, kind of sci-fi, kind of, what would you describe
Yeah,
that as?
I would say it's sci-fi.
Yeah, kind of like Twilight Zone-ish. That's a good show. Next up, 190. The real show that I'm watching, that I'm waiting for, is obviously Black Sails. Like that to me is like the best show on TV. The Westworld introduction sex bot in the white dress is Elon Musk's ex-wife.
Oh.
Real?
Yeah, she's the one where, you know,
Really?
the white hat guy goes in and there's a girl like showing him around.
Oh, okay.
That's who he's referring
In the
to.
white. Oh, really? Okay, that just shows that like no matter how rich you are, stuff doesn't always work out. I mean, Elon Musk, not a bad-looking dude. Kind of a billionaire. Can't make it work. Next up, 191. You know when Black Sails season 4 is coming out? I think it's coming out in a few months. Yeah, and season 4 is the last season. Dude, I can't wait. Trump supporter and me are like the big Black Sails fans. I'm trying to get Lawson and Suzanne into Black Sails.
Oh, Black Sails.
Black Sails is awesome.
Better in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I agree. It's better than Game of Thrones. You need to watch Exorcist, the show. Black Sails was too rapey for me. Yeah, it is kind of. They're pirates, dude. They're pirates. That's what they do. Next up, 192. We're actually making halfway decent time. It's about 4:22 right now. A little past 4:20, and we have about 30 more corals to go. All right, next up, 193. Than, can any Zoas touch each other? Yeah, they're fine. All right, 194. These are mellow yellows. Okay, so this is 190. Okay, 194. Okay. Yeah, Black Sails is really great. You made me start watching it, and I love it. Yeah, Black Sails is like really, really good TV. Oh, by the way, I should give credit where credit is due. Every single one of these corals, practically, except maybe a few of the Montipora, were selected by Luke. So you have candidate Trump to thank for this. Yes, Rick, 420. Again, I'm not a pot dude. I wish I liked pot more than I do. It's just not my thing. Coming up on 197, chug. Thanks, Suzanne. Thanks.
think that was closer to the end.
Okay, so what we're looking at currently is 195.
Yeah.
These are the Green Lantern Zoas. Okay. Right, 196. Black Sails is not on HBO. It's on Stars. Stars and Netflix. Is it on Netflix now?
No, it's not on Netflix.
It's not on
My
Netflix.
It's not.
Yeah, I have to admit I acquire some content on some clandestine streams, potentially, allegedly. You'd like LSD? I probably would. I probably like that and okay. Oh, we're gonna talk about psychedelic drug use now. Okay, next up 197. Oh, Black Sails is on HBO in Norway. Did not know that. Don't do drugs, kids. So, my 1%er friends wanted to do a trip to Peru. Unfortunately, everyone they asked had a different idea of what they wanted to do in Peru. So, they wanted to do like the hardcore camping and hiking trip to Machu Picchu. Somebody else wanted to do the upscale luxury resort trip to Machu Picchu. I want to do the jungle ayahuasca psychedelic drug thing for a week and not see Machu Picchu. so they're basically going to be going alone. All right. Yeah, let's go to 198. Hugs, not drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. I'm sure everyone look at this. Okay. It's on Pirate Bay too. Okay. I'm not on Pirate Bay. All right. Feds are listening. Feds are always listening. And also Yahoo selling your data and Amazon selling your data. Man. The Peru Coke bar. Oh, Macus87. I have not told you about my Colombian connections about Coke. I got some stories about Colombia. Next up, 199. These are some Mandarin Zoas. 197. I'm not chugging nothing, dude. Okay, so my dad is a pretty renowned professor in the realm of polymer engineering. And a lot of his postdoc students, a lot of his PhD students, just happen to be Colombian because for whatever reason we have this, Akron has this pipeline to wonderful, like highly educated Colombian talent. And my parents have visited Colombia. They've gone to Medellin. They love it. And like we have all these Colombians over all the time. And every single time I ask them about like Escobar and stuff. So yeah.
Did you watch Narcos?
Yes, I have watched Narcos. Just the first season though, I think. Next up, let's go to 200. Remember, Michael, I am on a 30-second shot clock for all these corals. If I start babbling about drugs or Colombia or anything like that, you just tell me. Yeah, you just tell me what number we're gonna go to.
Your friend Nick said don't do ayahuasca.
Dude, I want ayahuasca. That's like what I'm literally looking forward to. That's like the holy grail.
He said you'll feel like your brain is taken out by aliens.
Yes, that's what I want. That's what I was promised. Okay, next up, 201. So like that 420 stuff that people were promising me all this stuff, I did not feel that. I felt like I was like extremely dumber. That's all I felt. It was a disappointment.
If your brain is taken away by aliens, won't you also feel dumber? Because your brain won't be your own.
No, I want some next level stuff. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go next level. Come on now. I mean, Tidal Gardens doesn't do anything halfway. Nick is like, I'm Escobar for Halloween. Next up, 202. I wasn't into Narcos as much as I thought I would be into it. I liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. No, I like the actor too, the guy that played Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones. But you haven't done LSD yet. That is true. I have not done LSD. All kids are going as Trump for Halloween. The girls aren't. All the girls are going to be Harley Quinn for Halloween. Let's be real now. Every girl I know is going to be Harley Quinn for Halloween. This is 203? Yep, 203. Goodness. All right, I am trying to like figure some stuff out. Oh, I got lost in my own. I am on my own technology. Okay, 202. Cotton candy Zoas. Lisa Ling did a great documentary on ayahuasca. Very, very interesting. Yeah, ayahuasca fascinates me. Like the whole idea that you can take something and then have a legit religious experience. I went to Lucy Liu. I went to college with Lucy Liu, not Lisa Ling. I'm sure it's very easy to get them confused. All right, next up, 205. Dan is the type of person to chill with the cool kids smoking weed, but in reality, it's dried up oregano and cilantro.
That's shockingly accurate.
Me on the 420, waste of your time entirely. Me with the bebidas here, you're good. You're good. Okay, next up, 206. By the way, no one here does any drugs, LOL, except for the alcohol, apparently.
Totally legal.
Okay, next up, let's go to 207.
You're not 16.
Yeah. I may or may not be older than 16, the legal limit in Ohio. You can look it up. Dan, talk to Joe Rogan for ayahuasca. Joe Rogan's never done ayahuasca. He taught...
Rogan your inspiration?
No, he's not my inspiration. Joe Rogan is not my inspiration. Joe Rogan has never done it. Okay, 208. He's done straight DMT. He's smoked DMT a couple times, and he loved it. He's never done ayahuasca. So, which is funny because like another person he's had on his podcast before, named Amber Lyon, she is used to be a CNN journalist that went to like Bahrain and stuff like that. And she basically had like a nervous breakdown and decided to go to like, some place in South America to do ayahuasca to kind of like, help her with her PTSD basically. And she was like 209, and she was talking to all her the other people that were going to be doing ayahuasca for that retreat. And she was talking about Joe Rogan, and they're like, you realize that Joe Rogan's never done this, right? She's like, you've got to be kidding me. But yeah, that's not his thing. Not yet, anyways. Yeah, DMT lasts like 30 seconds, where like I think ayahuasca lasts like hours. But it's supposed to be like the Earth Mother is supposed to be a lot more gentle. Whereas I think, yeah, you're supposed to puke your guts out. Maybe there's diarrhea involved. Next up, 210. So yeah, the Earth Mother is gentle in certain ways, and then you throw up and you have diarrhea in a group. But from what I understand, smoking DMT is the rocket ship to another dimension. Ayahuasca is like a lot more drawn out, and Jungle Panther is something or the other. I don't know. I've never tried it. Okay, next up, 211. You have to be a very mentally sound person to have successful experiences with these. Yeah, clearly not this guy. Okay, next up, 212. Yeah, so the people that were like, man, I wish we'd stop talking about politics. Yeah, so careful what you wish for. This could go down the rabbit hole real fast. Okay, next up, 213. And no, Luke, nobody's talking about the reefer. No one here likes marijuana.
Do you have any dive trips coming up?
No diving. Or maybe there's diving.
Cancun? No?
Suzanne Lawson and I did this winter are going to be going to Cancun. And you may see footage of me getting eaten by bull sharks. Gonna throw that out there. It's a possibility. Don't lick the Zoas. Yes. Kids, don't lick the Zoas.
Are they psychedelic?
Zoas? No, they're super deadly. Zoas are like they sometimes zoas have palytoxin, and palytoxin is not only a neurotoxin, it is like it is cytotoxic, so it literally like ruptures your cells and could kill you.
What was was it a shrimp or something that we weren't supposed to step on? Oh,
Snails.
Snail.
Yeah, cone snails. Cone snails are a thing when you're out on the. Okay, we're at 214, right?
We're on 214.
Have you ever gotten high off of zoas before? JK, no. 215. Sometimes when I'm like when I'm packing zoanthids, sometimes I'm like pushing them into their like styrofoam floats, and like they squirt water like directly in my mouth or something like that, and I'm wondering, damn it, this is not how I really wanted to die.
I got it
Better
in my
than death by
eye.
idiot, though.
They squirted in my eye once.
Yeah, and so Michael, I don't know, you probably didn't hear that, but it's like it squirted Michael in the eye before, and this whole conversation could be recorded and taken out of context by the NSA. But yeah, when you're handling zoas, sometimes they squirt water, and it hits you in the face. Just to throw that out there, so be careful. Next up, 216. Than, did you see the vid where a great white got inside the diver cage? Yes. And having been in a dive cage before, I would lose my damn mind if a shark was in the cage with me. And I wasn't even with a great white. I was with like, I don't know, like Galapagos sharks or something, like much smaller animals. And that would freak me the hell out. Wireless, how's it going, Than? It is going really well. Next up, 217. Than is a very attractive man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hear that never.
Wolf whistle.
What?
I wish I could wolf whistle.
Wolf whistle?
Yeah, it's like the time for that.
Ah. Someone needs to try to smoke different corals. Maybe I'll get lucky. Yeah, I don't recommend that. I'm gonna sound horrible graphics. In the movie The Shallows, they had fire coral horrible graphics. Yeah. You know what? I haven't seen The Shallows. I heard it was actually pretty good though. I'll be perfectly honest. I think well, what am I being honest about? I heard that it had good reviews. Next up, 218. I heard The Shallows was good. I heard that like, what's her name? Girl in The Shallows. Blake Lively wore a very, very, very small bathing suit. I just joined and heard it squirted in my mouth.
That's what she said.
That's what she's. Oh. Next up, 219. These are some Rastazos. We're almost done. We almost made it. I'm actually kind of like spacing these out to like chug the last bit. The girl is hot, yeah. Blake Lively is very attractive. She is married to Ryan Reynolds. Yes, that's correct. Okay, next up, 220. Ryan Reynolds, aka Deadpool. Hello, Anissa. Welcome to Tidal Gardens. Don't do drugs. Don't drink beer. Next up, 221. It's a good movie, just bad graphics. Okay. Well, here's the thing, okay? For people that are like comfortable with the ocean, you know what I'm not worried about? Sharks. Like, come February, I'm going to be paying lots of money to go dive with sharks. Like, the whole point is to go dive with sharks. So, like, the idea that, like, somebody is stranded on a rock being chased by a shark is ridiculous. Like, totally ridiculous. Like, okay, does anybody in chat, like, have cats? I mean, sharks are like cats, except they're always asleep. 222. It's the shot clock. The shot clock is being enforced. Anybody remember the Dare era? We need to enforce this. No, aquatic angler. The war on drugs is a total ridiculous concept. It does not work, Nancy Reagan, aquatic angler. Ross is still $50 per polyp in Australia. Before I forget, what's your take on emperor shrimp? Nick, I do not know what that is. Some emperor shrimp. That sounds like Okay. So you can't hear the side banter that's going on, but it is hilarious. They're like, it sounds like some Chinese dish. Emperor shrimp.
220.
You can't even finish the 223. Big fan here, watching from Brazil. Welcome, Victor.
Michael, is it real? Is it a real thing?
It sounded like a penny.
See?
War on drugs worked, not for the reason they said though. Dang, DeAndre Ellison woke as F. Okay. So, okay, the whole woke as blank meme. The funniest thing I've ever seen was like somebody had ordered Chinese takeout, and on there it said BLM, and they're thinking, dang, this Chinese restaurant woke as F. But what BLM stood for was beef lo mein. Whoops. 224. Let's go to 224. All right, we're almost done, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there. All right. They chill on nudibranchs and sea cucumbers. They form symbiotic relationships. Interesting. All right, 225. Okay, so Nick is the Yale law student, right?
I keep thinking he should be studying. Like, if I don't
Well, you should be studying. So, okay, so you're going to get the entire spectrum of law students here. So, Suzanne was a very good law student. She was like probably top 10 in her class. And like the girl that we went to Okinawa with, she was number 1 in her class, okay?
same law school.
Same law school. She went to Wayne State in Michigan. Me, however, took the idea of not doing anything that I didn't need to do. I was very middle of the class. So excuse me, I'm burping. During law school, I play 40 hours a week of World of Warcraft. It can be done.
226.
226. Okay.
And the Flame Scouts kind of like turn it.
Okay. So you have to rearrange the flame scalp to something more photogenic, and I will buy time on stream. Chug. I'm not chugging, dude. I can't chug. You will see me.
Stay open if I touch it.
Just open your throat.
It'll be fine,
It'll close up, but it'll probably pop right back open.
dude. Suzanne, I don't know how to open my throat. My mom went to Wayne State. Nick, your Coke dad attorney. So maybe one day you can marry the Coke. See, where's Lawson? Lawson like took off. Like, where's Lawson? See, this is what happens. You get like sister wived.
What? That's not legal in Michigan.
It's like chug, hug. Hugs, not drugs, but chug. Nancy Matthews, 40 hours of World of Warcraft. Your parents must be proud. Yeah. And instead of being like a real lawyer, I sell corals, Nancy.
I was gonna say you should tell him what your mom said.
Your mom probably said nothing.
Okay, so this is 227, by the way. You didn't let me know that you were on 227.
Sorry, 227.
We're on 227. This is a flame scalp. This is a disclaimer, okay? This is a $15 scallop. You should not buy this scallop. Do not buy this from me. Okay? This is salesman Than working off of 4 beers.
I think Nick should buy it.
Yeah, except if you're Nick, you're a 1%er probably. You can buy this because you can replace it later. But flame scallops are very tricky to keep. They don't do well in aquariums. To be perfectly honest, I don't really know why this is in our tanks at all. But it is available if you're looking for some. If you're one of those people that like to do Ironman challenges, you know, and just don't believe that the human body was meant to bike less than 200 miles and swim less than 5 miles. If you're crazy and you're just looking to like push the limits of crazy and just want to do something stupid in this hobby, go ahead and buy a flame scalp for $15 from Tidal Gardens. All right, next up, 228. Let's go. Let's move on. Much less intrepid is to buy a Durasa clam. These guys can be kept in captivity. They're pretty cool. Could you back up the cart just a little bit so we can get like the full picture? Perfect. This hobby is therapeutic for me. Thanks, Dan and crew. I've been dying to buy from you in a long time. Thank you very much. Okay, so the 40 hours a week of World of Warcraft, your parents must be proud. So mom, Reef mom, when Suzanne came over, like this was like probably like a few months ago, maybe a year ago. She was like, "Congratulations! That's a great accomplishment that you graduated from law school. I'm so proud of you." And Suzanne was like, "Yeah, you know, like Than graduated from law school too." And my mom,
And we both passed the bar.
yeah, we both passed the bar, right? We're both actually lawyers. My mom was like, "Psh, yeah, whatever." So like my mom was like way more proud of Suzanne graduating and passing the bar than me. So yeah. So people, okay, so amongst my friends, everyone loves my mom because like I talk so much junk. You guys don't realize this because like I'm pretty vanilla when it comes to Tidal Gardens. Like people like me just fine because you know it's a big enough channel, but I'm vanilla as hell, except when I'm drinking, obviously. But I'm super vanilla, and so in real life I'm much more edgy, and my mom talks so much junk about me to my friends. They all love me because like my friends take so much abuse from me on a regular basis, and then so when they get this breath of fresh air when my mom is like the one that's like you know dishing out all the abuse. Okay. Best sales pitch ever. I'm guessing that's talking about the scallop.
Yeah.
If they don't do well in aquariums, where do you keep it? Preferably at the store where you don't buy it. You shouldn't buy these things. Like, you shouldn't buy them. Okay, so, okay.
I really want whoever buys this today to keep in touch with you and to update you on it.
Sure. Pro tip. Okay? You really should do a lot of research on whatever you buy. Like, doing spontaneous purchases is the bane of your existence in this reef aquarium hobby. Now, having said that, there are plenty of folks I can think of that have done exceedingly well with stuff that we struggle with. So I'm not saying that just because we don't do well with something that it's impossible. Not true. However, it does take special effort. So if you are going to try like the really challenging stuff, or if you just see something that you've never seen before at some local pet store, okay? Look it up on Google. It takes 5 seconds on your phone, because chances are the reason you've never seen it is because it's super dead as soon as you take it out of the ocean. Like feather starfish, I was like, dang, I saw this feather starfish at the local fish store. It says like, it's like $10. I can try. 999 out of 1,000 times, that thing is going to die in your care. If you are a conscientious aquarist, you will let that thing die in the store's hands, because feather starfish are like a filter feeder. It's practically impossible to keep them happy in a home aquarium. Similarly, there's other things that are non-photosynthetic filter feeders. They almost never do well. Public aquariums struggle with them. Do your research. If you see something completely off the wall that you think you'll never see again, sometimes there's a reason, and it's not because they're rare. It's because it's just difficult. Okay. Meldium, I'm actually brave, Dan. I never bought online corals before, and yet I passed your free shipping mark. I'm excited. Oh, congratulations. You made it. You made it. You two are a 1%er. This live sale is going to go down as one of the tops ever. Possibly. Is that Bobby?
Schnabel Robert?
Yeah. Thanks, Robert.
Family
Taking care of the fam. Vanilla has more color. Are alpacas hard to keep? I don't know, dude. I keep cats. They're fine. Why stock a scallop that's really hard to care for and only sell for 15? Work versus reward. Let's just say I didn't buy it. That's all I got. What's your email? Fan at Tidal Gardens. I don't care how much spam I get. That particular email has AIDS anyways. I don't care. Sign me up for whatever news lists you want. I don't care. Screw email. I don't want to. I don't want to answer emails. They ain't got saltwater casts. No, I got real ones too. I don't even have a saltwater tank, but this is interesting. How did you find us? Okay, by the way, 228 was the last item. Thanks so much to the Patreon crowd.
Did you have everybody like reaching out to you?
Do what?
Who liked your video yet?
Oh. Yeah. If you could do me a favor, could you please throw a like on this video? If you support Hillary Clinton, could you please put a like on this video? If you support Donald Trump, could you put a like on this video? Or even a dislike. Whichever. If you're all about the 420, or if you're about Blue Lives Matter and all those people should be in jail and whatever for, you know, having drugs, like or dislike this video. But please, whatever you do, vote either up or down on this thing. We're almost into November. I realize it's like 90 degrees outside. That's why I can't wear my shark outfit. So I have to go to the backup thing here. But I want everybody. This is a true democracy. I'd like for you guys to vote. And I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm just hanging out because like we're pretty much done with like all the different corals. And I have obviously up here some love for the Patreon crowd. So Jeff, Louise, Nate, Phil, Jace. We didn't see Louise. So Louise is Miss Saltwater Tank. She has obviously you guys know who she is. You guys know who she is. She had a fireworks show to go to, so she's missing. She missed out. You guys. How many of you guys are here? 157 people. You guys got to see some fun stuff, right? You guys got to talk politics. You guys got to talk TV shows on HBO that we all pirate. And we got to talk about corals occasionally. We at least at the very come on. We got to see some corals in the background, right? You got to see Drunk Fan. You got to see the different. You got to see the beer reviews. Edmund Fitzgerald, the only good Cleveland beer, as far as I'm concerned. There is going to be free gamers out there. SK Telecom is going to be winning the championship tonight. Spoiler alert. Corey Kluber is pitching in the World Series tonight against whoever the hell the Cubs have. So, and again, Illinois sales going to 0. And good to hang out with us. So, again, thank you so much for attending. Love you all. Okay, checking chat just now. She just put out a fish room. Yeah, dude. Where's Louise? So she missed out on all of this fun stuff, right? Right, you got it. We got Trump jokes. Dude, okay. I'm not a Trump supporter. Luke is a Trump supporter. I am not a Hillary supporter. All of my Democrat friends take so much junk from me because I'm not a Hillary supporter. So anyway, thanks Than's mom. Than's mom unfortunately couldn't be here as well. Than is loaded, true. Make America great again. Sure, why not? Vote Trump, whatever. Great live show. Thanks you guys. We do this for you guys. Like, there's this thing where like people are saying like, such and such other companies doing their live show at the same time. Dude, I don't care. Like, when we do one live show a month plus special events, meaning only Halloween. I mean, I know that like. Attention is going to be divided. Dude, I don't care what we sold this live show. I told you straight up not to buy. Okay, hold on. What number was the thing?
Scallop.
The scallop. Well,
227.
227. Okay, I'm going to look on my website. Who bought that? Who bought that? I bet somebody bought that. Who didn't listen to Drunk Than wearing a squid hat? I'm looking. Hold on. It's still there. Okay, you guys have Good. You guys have reinforced my dwindling faith in humanity. Good. Nobody should be buying 227. All right? Nap time. Vote weed in the election. That's important. Vote this election. State weed votes all over the hizzy. Very nice. Okay, again, I gotta go. These people here aren't drinking enough as much as me, so they need to go home. Thank you very much. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Take care.